That takes you to our recruitment page, and you see in these states. I'll get into that very soon. And please, if you know anyone around you in Lagos, all across the country, looking for jobs, the world of work. My background is in economics. The ultimate end of the world system. Come on. Energy, eh? You stand up. Artificial, what else? Crypto, saying about, you have no idea what tariffs mean. Raise your hand. Help me. What I've always wanted people to understand 3 years now, when Ukraine-Russia war started, the average Nigerian, and I dare say in a city like Abeokuta, felt very far away from the reality of that war. Like, it can never happen to us. There's nothing happening there that will come to us. That Ukraine was at the time the largest wheat used for beer, and they had a massive input on some elements that goes into bread making. So a chunk of people could not import again, and since supply was limited, prices went up. And by default, manufacturers all over the world had to make adjustments. So to the average mind, how do we connect war in faraway Ukraine and Russia to bread on my table here in Abeokuta? Now, the reason that is that the world system literally controls the world. OpenAI, up until 2-3 years ago when they came to the limelight, the guys behind the company itself were on that project about 10 years. 10 years. And if you're a student of computer science and technology, I hope some people can remember there was a company, or there is still a company called DeepMind. Were actually the front runner of the artificial intelligence conversation. Well, not really the front runner, but they were the first company to have breakthrough with LLM, what they call large language models. They were the first, built out of the UK. 2-3 years into their breakthrough, boom, Google bought them over. But these guys were under the radar, doing a lot of big stuff. That's the OpenAI guys. And then, pam, they came out with something that beat the OpenMind guys and DeepMind guys, rather. And then, boom, a lot of things started changing. And it's amazing how, what I'm going to is, two companies, there were other minds that, there are people that have been talking about artificial intelligence for a long time. But what happened, what I'm referring to, broke through their research after about a 10-15 year period. Two largest companies in the world made investments in them, and 3 years on in that conversation, it's rare to imagine a world that is not AI first. In fact, in my little study of that, what I've come to realize is that for the very first time in a long time, we had a real competition for search. And what I mean is, one of my greatest inventions, in my opinion, one of the greatest inventions of the world, there are about 3 in my opinion, one of the biggest in the world is the creation of the internet. And it has been like that for a long time, right? But for a long time, the companies that were behind search that gives you access to the internet didn't really have competition until the breakthrough in OpenAI. If you check, all of a sudden, if you are looking for something, I know I'm boring now, but I'm laying a foundation. Trust me, I need to help with the remaining conversation. If you check now, if you are looking to search for something or you want to know something, your immediate propensity is no longer Google, it's now ChatGPT. Have you noticed? And guess what those guys did? Out of the many things they did, it's an improvement on search. Right? So all of a sudden, while search will give you general findings, all things artificial intelligence gives you a more. In fact, there's another company that is in the background, and a lot of people have been paying attention to them. It's built by an ex-Google guy It's called Perplexity. Perplexity is even paid for. It's not free like Perplexity is paid for, but the search you get is so refined and enhanced with artificial intelligence such that you get near looking for on Perplexity. What and by that move, and I'm talking 1-2 guys typically in their garage, 5, 7, 10 years of some deep mind work or some focused work, they hit some landmines, something comes out, and they have literally changed the world. Such that you and I cannot say you will not use OpenAI. Intelligence is your loss. It's your loss. You really can't stop it again. Right? You can't. Artificial intelligence has come to mainstream. In fact, in my study of VC work and the whole technology world, if you're trying to raise money now, whatever it is you have built, find a way to tell an AI story of it. Then you get attention. LinkedIn, that has brought us here today, has enhanced the platform by infusing artificial intelligence capabilities on it. So if you get on your profile and you want to reply, if I send you a DM and you want to reply, it will ask you if you require assistance to do that. If you're trying to improve your profile and you're struggling, each step of the way, it will ask you if you want to do that. In case you did not know, your suggestive test on WhatsApp is driven by the intelligence gotten from your many usage of WhatsApp. So something on that phone you say, and the things that are on your phone, that they have an idea of how you respond and how you write. So they suggest it to you. Are you still following? So let me back it up. Up until future work conversation started, I think it was in 2020, prior to that, somewhere around that. I stumbled on an article that changed my life forever. Top 70 paying jobs the year 2030. That was the title of the top 70 paying jobs the year 2030. So for me, this is like over 20 years ago, over 20 years in front of us. Who did the work of trying to find high-paying jobs, and how would the world look like in 2030? And being an economics student, I got into it. Listed on that article were driven by technology. Things around the moon, things around the blue economy. You know what the blue economy is? You don't know what the blue economy is, raise your hand. It's like I'm making you raise your hand a lot. I won't do it again, I promise. So it's the economy of the sea. There's a whole world of economy that exists on the water bodies, right? So things like that, and I was fascinated. In fact, they predicted at the time that commercial flights to the moon will soon happen. So you will not just have pilots, you have pilots that can fly to the moon and back commercially. And that was a lot for my mind at the time. So I got into it and I started studying and just following the trends around the world and all of that. But this is the summary. There is a world system that works that you and I should pay attention to. That world system, can I have like 7 people jump to the front? 7, please, just join me here. So I'll use this image to really explain it. There is a world system. This world system is like in the cloud, it's abstract. Come, just come, don't worry. Come, just jump. Thank you, smart guy. This guy is a big boy on LinkedIn. You should follow him. He's a big boy. I do FBI on people. So I know people that don't know that I know them. I know him. So this is what I'm trying to explain. So imagine this is the world system. So you break away. This is the world system. And what I mean by that is, this is how the world works. Right? But how do you see how the world works and how does that affect? So you are this guy. Please come here. This is you. Right? So I want to connect the world system to you and I want you to understand it. Is that okay? Okay. So in the world system, that is everybody, please come forward. You have what you call continents. How many continents do we have in the world? Nursery school. Name them. I don't catch you. No, don't worry. This is the continent. These are continents. So, for instance, the continent of Africa. So, there is a way the world is working, but within the context of the African continent. For instance, when I said go out of Nigeria and all of you raised your mind, and I know, the first country on your mind was Canada, followed by the UK and America, right? I know. But it's amazing, for instance, what's going on in Africa. Africa, as I've always said, Africa is a country, not a continent. And I mean that by the size of the markets in the country. So, for instance, the entire stock exchange of the continent of Africa put together is less than the value of Apple. Did you hear what I just said? You know, on one side of that statement is, well, what are we doing? Why did I land in Africa? On the other side of that statement is so much more to be done. The potential is crazy. Can I warn you? Can I surprise you? Officially speaking, there are more people coming into Africa and Nigeria than people leaving. Officially. If you want to test this theory, come to Lagos, go to the airport, go to the international wing, stay for 3 hours, and do the counts. So within the continent of Africa, there's what is called AFTA, One Africa Free Trade Zone. So Africa is becoming one market. As I speak, there's what is called PASS. And you know NIBS? Okay. How many of you have transferred money before? From one account to another account using your phone? Everybody. So the platform that enables that is called NIBS, Nigerian Interbank Settlement System. So when you transfer that money from OPay to GT Bank, it's not that money that you transferred that immediately reflected here. The way it works is that this is NIBS. This is just SIRAC. This is NIBS. I have MoneyPoint has money with NIBS. GTCO has money with. They have accounts with NIBS. So when you say transfer MoneyPoint, transfer money to GTCO, NIBS would debit MoneyPoint's account with them and credit GTCO's account with them. In fact, we were the first in a lot of countries to do instant money transfer. If you go to the UK and go to other places, you know they happen like that. Right? So that's NIBS. Do you get the system now? That's why sometimes the bank you are blaming is not their fault. The money has left them. They are not holding on to your money. Eh? All this rant on Twitter, you don't understand the technology behind it. By the way, all of this now relies on telcos. So most of your bank transfer problems are telco problems, not bank problems. Okay, come back. So this is NIBS, right? No, stay. This is NIBS that connects in bank transfer in Nigeria. Now, as at the last time, there are 5 central banks in Africa that has connected to create what you call PASS. A PASS is to enable movement of money between African countries. So you have Central Bank of Nigeria connected the entire system to the Central Bank of Ghana. And they are on a drive to make that the reality across Africa. Making inter-country transfers a lot easier. Let me go to oil and gas. The number of countries in Africa that have discovered oil at commercial volume is on the rise. And guess what? They are coming to Nigeria to pick Nigerian oil and gas expatriates, professionals to come and work as expatriates in their country. And be paid in dollars. Let me get your attention. I was just in Ghana the last 8 days. I came back on Wednesday. I was training oil and gas guys. Surprise, right? So that's Africa. But this worldview on Africa continent is also now happening all over the world. Are you following? I really need you. I'll finish this explanation now. So this is Africa. But this is Angola in Africa. And what I'm trying to say is the worldview has impact on the continent of Africa, and subsequently whatever is going on in Africa will affect Angola. Now or over time. So for instance, in Ghana, The previous president, economy ran down. It was bad. They had to go back to one former guy to come back as president, and then everything is on the up in Ghana right now, right? So that worldview is impacting the African continent and subsequently impacting the world. There are things happening in the world that is affecting Africa as a whole. And Angola has no choice but to be affected or to plug into what is happening in Africa. Then in Angola, there are industries. So production, actual production of food and crop is big for the African continent. The entire world is looking for countries to feed them. So for instance now, have you noticed that this trade war and blah, 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 China and where? There's one country that seems to be in conversation with China a lot. No, US is fighting China. There's another country that seems to be connecting with China. Let me make it easier. Have you noticed there are more Chinese in Africa and in Nigeria? Why are they here? It's because for a while, US was the big brother of the world. Russia and China now felt, no, that can't continue to happen. We need to be a part of what's going on in Africa. Can I tell you the biggest reason? Everybody's looking for alternative energy. The deuterium that is feeding, so in the world right now, there's a move towards EV cars. Electronic EV, right? You understand that? That's going on in the world. But the interesting thing is that is affecting Africa because there are African countries where the material used for EVs is in large supply. The way you are looking at me, you are getting it. So, if you are here and you want to be an engineer, automobile engineer, without knowing what's going on in the world about automobile engineering, because the conversation has shifted from some type of engines to now, if you right now leave university without understanding the engines that make up EV vehicles, you have wasted 4 years. Because either you like it or not, you are passionate about vehicles or not, God said you are going to be an automobile engineer or not, your dad, your grandfather was in engineering or not, whatever that thing that influenced your choice of career in automobile engineering, you are now operating in a world that has shifted from such vehicles and is moving towards EV cars. So what matters is that even though you want to have a career in automobile engineering, understand what is happening in the world and the impact on the continent of Africa and which sectors of the economy per time requires your skill set. This is why you should never be against people who travel out of Nigeria. Why? What is going on in the world is impacting different continents. Different countries are adapting, and as the countries adapt, there are specific sectors that are in those sectors are now companies. Okay, EV world, right? Tell me one car manufacturer that is nearing death in the world, that as in the company is about to die. Tell me. Nissan. Nissan as a company is about to die. But this is an interesting thing. You are an automobile engineer, you only know how to work on Nissan engines. What's happening to that career? Huh?
The career is going down.
Career is going down. It's on life support. But if that's what you used to study, if that's what you know, what should you do? Understand what is happening in the world and what's coming towards you. And begin to ask yourself, okay, which one are you now? You are a company. So you can't be dreaming to work for Nissan. You didn't dream is... No, yeah, going by this biggest... Okay, let me test the crowd. Tell me the company that has surpassed Tesla globally in terms of automobile sales. You will get a gift from me. Who said it first? They are speakers. They are not going to get gifts. You are a speaker. You are not going to. You are hearing BYD for the first time in your life. Raise your hand. The point. You see why you have Google on your phone now? You see why I should ask you. Arsenal, Madrid. What else? Latest Nigerian movie. Hottest trending Nigerian video. Updates on Burna Boy and Lambo. Are you getting what I'm saying? I just had to get your attention. So be here, but know what companies are looking for new employees, are creating new jobs based on their response to what is going on in their sector, driven by what the country they are in is focused on, driven by what is happening in their continent. That way, you can be in Abeokuta, born to poor parents that have never seen 1 million naira in their life. But as long as you have a phone and you have access to Google, you can learn skills that can take you. Where's the remotest place in Abeokuta? Remotest place, like, Alaba town, Alagbata, Kobakpe, Tobakpe. You can be in Tobakpe, Kobakpe, can be in Kobakpe. Nobody knows you. No, you don't have LinkedIn account, self, but you spend the next 2-3 years to update yourself on what's going on in the world. And if you connect that engineering dream to developments in the world, they will come for you. Everybody, please go back to this. That's what I should be wrapping up. I know I started enjoying myself. That is the world. That is the future you are to create. So my point is, regardless of where you want to do, based on your career path, connect it to what is happening in the world and begin to ask yourself, what new skill sets, what new companies, what development is going on in the world that I can plug my life to, and give yourself a development journey. You'll be fine. With these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to, like I said, I was just laying a foundation. Because, see, if you're posting online, what social media did was break down the walls that exist with country barriers and give you access. That's why when we started, I demonstrated with Tayo. I am seeing her, I am meeting her for the first time in my life. First conversation on LinkedIn was when? It was in March. This lady reached out to me for the first, well, I just saw your message, March. That's the only reason why I'm here. Does that make sense to anyone? That's all this event is for. LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, all of those things broke down the barriers of the world. So you can see what's possible, you can imagine what's possible, and you can see beyond Kobakpe. You can, because the problem is all around you now, you are seeing things that, I'll stop with this joke, and if you have a question, please raise your hand. I saw something on Instagram many years ago, and that thing never left me. They asked a little girl, I think that video was done in Mushin. Please come, so I know come. They asked a little girl somewhere in Mushin, what do you want to be when you grow up? Guess what she said? I want to be a fashion designer. So the dad kind of hit her and said, no, you should want something better for your life. Ask her again, what do you want to be when you grow up? Fashion designer. And you know why that is true? Or she aspire beyond that. That as an MC, like what I can feel weighed down and say, it's because I can be. Like I said, success is easy because it's repeatable, because successful people live their lives in patterns, so they leave clues behind. Your work is not, your work is to check their pattern and use that to create yours, and you'll be fine in a matter of time. I am to take 2 questions, and that's it. 1, okay. Shout it from there. What are some of the major can you all hear him? Sorry.
All right, so I said there are a lot of things going on in the world. So what are some of the things that really affect us? Because you mentioned the tariff was the other time, and while I know about it, I don't really know it. So, and he said it affects other areas. So my question then is, what are some of the major things going on in the world that we should focus on that, will impact us on a large scale, sir? That's my question.
Smart, very smart. How do I do that personally? I do at least an hour of Bloomberg TV every day. Bloomberg TV, CNN, Sky News, Bloomberg, BLOOMBERG, Bloomberg TV. I watch, if you don't have DSTV or Netflix, you can stream live on YouTube, right? I watch Bloomberg TV all around. Why do I prefer Bloomberg TV to CNN? CNN is politicized. CNBC or Bloomberg just tells me what's going on in the business world. So all this time, for instance, the tariff imposed on Nigeria is 14%. What does it mean? Right? Things like that. In 1 hour, you understand it. That is me plugging my mind to what's going on in the world and learning every day. And it becomes a way of life. So I come back from work, I'm preparing for work, I'm chilling with the kids or whatever it is. Bloomberg TV is in the background. And I'm hearing things. That's one. Two is, you can't be many things. Right? So you can chase multiple goals, but you can struggle to you can multitask, but you can't multifocus. So in the midst of everything going on in the world, find your own path. For me, for instance, what's the implication of all of this on the HR space? Does this impact business, and how can I help them with strategy? As I live here now, I'm running into a strategy session in Lagos for a company. What is the implication of all of this on talent, and how do I help companies that I consult for to apply? That's the best way to do it. So you see the world from your own viewpoint, and that helps you to interpret everything. Last advice for everybody, last advice. There's what is called the depth and the breadth of knowledge. Know everything there is to know about one thing, depth, and know one thing about a lot of things. Right? Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Can we give another round of applause to Mr. Gbenga, please? Okay, so let's now have honest conversations. How many of you were first confused when he started? Don't worry, he's not looking. Don't raise your hand small. I want to know if it's only me. Oh, we are many. We will be many. Okay, some people hand is half. Okay, me, I will not lie. It took a minute. But how many of us eventually understood the point? Clap for yourselves. You put no book. I love when I have an interactive and an intelligent audience. Now, let me, like I like to say in layman's term, let me just state 3 things that are very important to note about his session, which actually I had written down, but I like the way he put it at the end of his speech, where he said, you can multitask, but you can't multi-focus. What that basically means is find your focus area and how any of these things affect. So for example, I'm in the entertainment industry holistically. So I'm asking myself, when he started talking about, oh, who wants to go to Kenya? Of course, I want to host events across board. More than that, be on TV, radio, voiceovers and all of that. So I'm asking myself, how do these things begin to affect how my work will be seen? First of all, my positioning on a global scale, and also how I can better put myself forward across the tools that are in front of me. So to the web developer, to you who's trying to create a LinkedIn profile, to you who asked the question, I would say, first of all, decide where you belong in the grand scale of the whole economic variety. Find where you belong. And it could be 1 or 2 places. It doesn't have to be just one thing. But find those 1, 2, 3 places that you belong. Then decide how any of these things he has said affects you. Whether it's trade, whether it's from company to the cars to the oil. And begin to research. I think that's the most powerful tool, which is the second thing I took from what he said, is A superpower that we are not very good with is researching. Would rather somebody else tells you what is happening than you sit down and find out for yourself what is happening. So research what is happening, and it's from research that you can find out, oh, this thing is going out of date. Oh. Because how many of you knew that Nissan don't know that Nissan leg outside of the car people? See that? But as he said it now, you know. Abi? Now we know, so that tomorrow you'll not be waiting for LinkedIn Local to know. Help yourself. Can we give yourselves another round of applause? Come on, guys. Now, I know that we don't have enough time. For those who still have questions, or you want to have a one-on-one, or you want to just ask Mr. Gbenga questions, he has given us what I like to call a golden ticket of access. Now, networking is one thing. Access is a different tool entirely. I can desire to network with a person, but if they don't give me access, all that is a desire. Now, he has given us access. But because generally, human beings, when you don't put a time to something, people don't use it. I'm going to leave it at 1 week. You did not put it over because the power is vested in me on this stage with this microphone. You have 1 week from today, which is exactly till next week, Saturday, Friday actually, to reach out to him on LinkedIn or Instagram and ask whatever questions you have. When you go, this part, he did not tell me to tell you, but let me put him on the spot. You can also ask him for tools. Don't just ask questions. See, when somebody gives you access, better use it. You don't know the day you will get that kind of access again. So when you message him on LinkedIn, please, I beg you, ask him for tools. He might even have website links that he can send to you. He might also have, not even he might, he definitely would know other professionals in other diverse fields he can refer you to. So these are some of the things that I've done and I do, and it has greatly helped my own career. So we're going to be getting a video now on the screen of Jayasimi. She's not here, but we have a video, and the video is going to be coming up. She's one of our keynote speakers, and she's going to be speaking to us via the video on communication and networking. How many of us want to learn about communication and networking? Let me first of all ask, how many of you think that my voice is very, present? It's very resounding. My voice. Yeah. If you leave this place, you remember my voice, Abi. I promise you, I didn't used to always sound like this, right? It can be owned, it can be learned. Some people, if you hold the mic, you're supposed to be, they shake. I promise you that you can act working, and then we'll do a bit of a practice on networking in the hall, so we know if practice really would make it. I'm not really a believer of practice makes perfect. I think practice makes better and then gets you to greatness. All right, media, over to you. All right, whilst we wait for the video, I want to make a very important announcement. Headshots are very important for anybody. Everybody should have a headshot. However, if you are in the LinkedIn space, especially, if you're hoping to optimize the internet, social media, even as playful as TikTok can be or is, a headshot is still very, very important. Now, what we have done at LinkedIn Local Abeokuta is we have provided a place, a studio, like a mini setup, where you can actually get your headshots done for just 5,000 naira. Now, you know, if you're going to get headshots done in a studio or anywhere, it's way more expensive than that. So we're going to have a break session, or at any point that you're out there, it's just around the registration table. So just go to the back, let them know that you'd like to get a headshot done, and you can get your headshot right today. Upload or whatever app you're most present on. I know for a fact that headshots are one of the most important parts of LinkedIn. LinkedIn people, am I correct? Those that are very present on LinkedIn, is that correct? If I now use the one that is not headshot, people will beat me. Side eyeing all of you once again. But please make sure to do that. Then later on, we're going to talk more on this. But how many of us follow Coach Maverick on LinkedIn? I need to see hands, guys. Come on, I can't see. One person, two people, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is your hand up? Your hand is up. 11. Any other hand at this side? Okay. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Any other hand at that side? I've counted you. 17, 18. Okay, 19. Any other person? Any other person? Okay, at the back, 20. Okay, 21. Any other person? I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. So I'm sure that I have over almost 100 people, if not even over 100 people seated. And we have only 21 people following Coach Maverick. Now, I would advise that you go on LinkedIn right now and actually go to her page. I'm saying this because there's going to be offers that are going to be put up later in the day. But if you don't follow her, you're not going to be able to be a part of it. And of course, it will be painful that those who are online and are not here are actually getting those scholarships, getting those benefits, when people in the whole year are not able to get it. So please, Coach Maverick, Maveric, gets to network, when I mean like one-on-one networking with a range of different professionals from different fields in the same space for this profile. Through those 21 days, you're going to have activities on each of the days, and you're going to get one-on-one sessions with her, and you're also going to get her services, which is a paid service, by the way, your personality, whatever it is that you need for yourself. And it doesn't even matter whether you're a student, whether you're an undergraduate, whether you're a graduate, whether you're working, whether you're wherever you are. It's something that she's going to be talking about later on today in one of the sessions. But I just want to make sure that when that post goes up, I didn't get that. I think it's Bab. You would see her picture there. And you would also see the post, okay? Omotayo Olajide Babatunde. I'll take that one more time. Omotayo Olajide Babatunde for everybody in the hall. Okay, media. Can I get a hand wave or something? Are we good to go? Is that a thumbs up? Okay, great. Thank you.
Professionals from 35 African countries in its mission-driven community with over 13 years of professional experience. Adedoyin is passionate about equipping African communications professionals with the knowledge and resources they need to deliver impact-driven African continent. She has Adedoyin Jayisime is a communications advisor, corporate trainer, author, and the co-founder of the Comms Avenue, a pan-African capacity building and networking platform for communication professionals with over 1,700 professionals from 35 African countries in its mission-driven community with over 13 years of professional experience. Adedoyin is passionate about equipping African communications professionals with the knowledge and resources they need to deliver impact-driven results and contribute to the positive development of the African continent. She has successfully executed projects for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Mothers to Mothers, African Philanthropy Forum, and has facilitated communications training for Michelin Nigeria, G's Nigeria, the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Regulatory Authority, pension fund operators, amongst others. A certified strategic communications management professional with a master's in corporate and marketing communications degree from IE Business School, Adedoyin was listed as an honoree in the Community Impact category of the 2022, 2023 and 2024 PR Power List in Nigeria, a We Lead Communications honoree, and she was recognized as one of the top 50 most influential women in marketing and communications in Nigeria by WIMCA, 35 marketing communications professionals in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, Adedoyin Jayisimi.
It is such a privilege and an honor to be given. Hello, my name is Adedoyin Jayisimi, and it is such a privilege and an honor to be given one of the keynote speeches at the very first LinkedIn Live Abeokuta event. I'd like to start off by saying a huge congratulations to the convener, Omotayo Babatunde, and the entire team at the LinkedIn Live Abeokuta. Well done for putting this together. Well done for the initiative, and just well done for bringing this to life. And thank you for inviting me to deliver one of the keynote speeches this morning. The topic that I've been given is one that's really, really dear to my heart, and it's about the role of communication in networking and building meaningful connections. So I'm going to, in this few minutes that I have, just share a few things and tips that I hope that you find valuable, that you can apply to build meaningful relationships, expand your network, and leverage the power of communications to achieve your professional. Hello, my name is Adedoyin Jayisimi. Such a privilege and an honor to be given one of the keynote speeches at the very first LinkedIn Live Abeokuta event. I'd like to start off by saying a huge congratulations to the convener, Omotayo Babatunde, and the entire team at the LinkedIn Live Abeokuta. Well done for putting this together. Well done for the initiative, and just well done for bringing this to life. And thank you for inviting me to deliver one of the keynote speeches this morning. The topic that I've been given is one that's really, really dear to my heart, and it's about the role of communication in networking and building meaningful connections. So I'm going to, in this few minutes that I have, just share a few things and tips that I hope that you find valuable, that you can apply to build meaningful. At the foundation of any effective and successful communication is the person who is communicating. It is important for you to be authentic in how you communicate. You should be attending, you really should be focused on where you are going. Now, I'm not saying that you should 100% know, because we don't always know. Sometimes God reveals bit by bit as you take those baby steps, but you should have a sense of, this is where I would like to be. Do I want to work with a multinational? Do I want to work with a Pan-African organization? And then you begin to position yourself for opportunities in that space. You begin to put yourself in rooms, in events and spaces where you can network with people that can open a door to where you eventually want to go to. So think about where you are going. What is the vision for your life? And tied to that is, who do you need in this journey? What's your network? In your professional journey, who do you need? And it's important to really think about this, because you have to be connecting with the right people. I say to people every time when they ask me how to build their network on using LinkedIn or social media, I say to them, follow the people in your industry, follow the people in the spaces that you want to get into. I remember a few years ago that I was really thinking about communications with regards to policy, and I didn't have so much experience in it. And I started looking for people in that area who were experts in policy, who were experts at mixing policy and communication, and I found them. A number of them, I sent them DMs and said, look, I'm exploring this space. I really, really want to see what impact I can have here, but I want to have a depth of understanding about this field of operation. And for some of them, we got on a 20-minute call that eventually turned out to be a 1-hour conversation, all from LinkedIn. But I was very clear. I had a sense of, this is where I wanted to go, and these are the kind of people I should be connecting to, so that I can learn more about this place that I want to go to. And so you have to think about that for yourself. But you see why it's important for you to do the first two things, knowing who you are and where you are going. Because when you get into that network, what are you going to be saying to them? What are you going to be describing yourself as? When you encounter them, how would they remember you? How will you stand out from the next person? Those are things you really want to be thinking about. And the final bit is your value. What value are you going to be adding to your network? You don't want to be this person that you go for events, you are amassing business cards, you're collecting numbers, but there's no value that you're adding. You're connecting with the thought leaders, but then you're forgettable. People cannot remember you. People cannot associate you with anything. If I ask you to think about a soda brand, there are names that will pop up in your mind. If I ask you to think about technology brands, there are names that will pop up. If they mention and say, name 10 people within this industry, will your name come up? And the goal really is to position yourself in such a way that when people talk about your field of expertise, you come to mind. So your value is absolutely important. What kind of content are you putting out? What kind of information are you putting out? If you Google me right now, there are two things that I talk about on my social media platforms. I talk about communications and I talk about Jesus. Those are the two things that I am passionate about. And I always like to think about value because that's a way to make a difference. There are a lot of people that are just connecting with people because they see this person as a means to an end. They see this network as a means to an end. But if you come from the standpoint of value, that helps you to get sustainable benefits from that network or from that relationships because you are leading with value, because you are bringing value to the table. And those things, when you think about them, those are the things that help you to build meaningful connections and will help you to network intentionally and deliberately in a way that's long-lasting and sustaining. And so I want to leave you with a few tips so that you can bring all of this together. Number one, always lead with value. That's the starting point. What value can I bring to the table? And connecting with this person, how can I be of value to them? What kind of information can I share? When people talk about LinkedIn, they're always talking about, oh, it's the I'm inspired to, I'm through to announce. But that's okay, that's fine. But how I see it is sharing your milestones and achievements are not bad. But I ask myself, are they doing this milestone or achievement that you want to share? What is a lesson that you learned? This journey to acquiring this certification or getting into this school, what are some of the key lessons that somebody else that wants to embark on this journey can learn? And that's how I think about my content. So I'm not just posting for posting sake. I'm thinking about what would someone suppose get out of it that they can immediately implement. Now, I'm not saying that all of your content must now be like Aristotle, really insightful. And this person has shared a tip that I can also apply in my journey. And it doesn't matter if you're just starting in your career. Every one of us, we have a unique journey. You have a unique voice and you have a unique perspective. There's something that you can share that will be of value to someone else. And can I say this? Sometimes we're so focused on connecting with the CEOs, connecting with the executives, but the people that would mention you to those CEOs, the people that would recommend you in those closed doors that you don't have access to, are sometimes your peers, are sometimes somebody that just gets value from the content that you put on LinkedIn. The person may just be an intern, the person may just be an admin staff. You never know. So don't be close-minded about how you engage and how you communicate. Think about the value that you're adding. Think about what difference that your content is making and focus on honing and articulating that value whenever you communicate. Number two is to be consistent and show up for yourself. I work in an industry where our job is to make organizations, executives look good, communicate on their behalf. But the people that do the job need the public relations themselves. And it's sometimes so tough for them to do it, what they do for others. You want to be that person that is consistent. When people tell me, oh, they don't have time for LinkedIn and they're hoping to get a multinational job, I was like, you have to show up for yourself. You have to prioritize yourself. Yes, you're working hard, but you see, documentation in the time that we live in is so important. I watched something on LinkedIn a few days ago, and the person was saying how they got a specialist type of visa just based on the documentation that they were able to put together, records they've collected months and years. It's so important. Show up for yourself. Say to yourself, I'm going to show up X number of times a week. This is the kind of content that I'm going to be sharing. This is the kind of information I want to be sharing. These are the kinds of people I want to connect and network with. When you go for events, be strategic about connecting with people. Add them on LinkedIn. Follow up. Celebrate with them. Those are the ways that you can begin to show up for yourself. I have a personal content calendar that I always try to follow through because I'm my own responsibility. I have to show up for myself. Nobody will do that. The third thing is, please be attentive. Celebrate people when they're celebrating. Celebrate their milestones. Sometimes we go into networking and relationships with that taking mindset, especially in the professional world. Oh, this executive has this big company. They can be my destiny helper. I'm going to bombard them with questions. I work a lot with executives. At a point in time, I was managing social media and LinkedIn for a number of executives, and I see the messages that they get. They cannot answer everybody. But do you know the people that get their attention? The people that add value, the people that stay engaged, the people that pay attention. So you also want to do that. So we'll tell, and I'm hoping that I can tell it within the time frame. I remember a few years ago where I was stuck in my business. I really wanted to get a certain level of income from my work. I wasn't getting it with my clients. I didn't know how to break into that space. And I had a conversation with a friend about a particular network. And he said to me, look, Adedoyin, develop something of value to this network, pitch it to them, let's see where it goes. If you're not able to make headway with that, I will send you a contact. And I remember that the chairperson of this organization was following me for whatever reason. And then I sent her a DM. Now, I sent that DM, I dropped my phone thinking, because sometimes you send messages to these people, it's either they ignore or take a very long time to respond. I kid you not, less than an hour, she responded, and that opened the door to volunteer with the communications team for this organization, the conference that they were having. And so on the day of the conference, or during the period of the conference, I was connecting with other volunteers. In fact, I remember I had a plan to network with all the senior women, the executives, all of that. Forgot my business cards, didn't even have time to do it. But I was just having conversations with the volunteers. And one of the volunteers expressed how she would really love to write, but she hadn't been consistent, she was struggling. And me, look, if you have an issue, right, that I can help you solve, I will share what works for me. I don't believe in gatekeeping. So I was just sharing with her, hey, this is what you can do, this is what you can do. And after the event, she was like, oh, what are you doing? Thank you for sharing those tips. They're really helpful. And a few months later, she said to me that the organization that I work for, which was one of the top leading banks, were looking for someone to manage content for one of our women platforms. We're sending out a request for proposal, an RFP, and would you like to, send a proposal in response to the RFP? I'm like, okay. And I did that, went through all of the interview processes and got that brief. And that client, I had that bank as my client until I shut down the business 3 years later. All of that came from a conversation with a volunteer. I had no idea where she worked. So please be genuine about making connections, about meeting people. Be care about what people are saying. So as you're at this event, don't just connect with the speakers, connect with the people around you, exchange contacts, growing with your peers. It's so powerful. There's so much we can learn from one another. You never know. I can tell you stories for days about how PAs, helps, drivers have been the one that made the significant connection with your guy at the top that I wanted to meet. So be genuine about the connections that you are making and just have a genuine interest in people. And finally, number 5, enjoy the journey. There's a way that we put pressure on ourselves. Hey, I have to do this before the end of 2025. I have to do this before I'm 30. I have to do this before that. And one of those things are not bad. It's not bad to have goals, but what's bad is when you begin to become pressured by these goals, you become destination focused, and the truth is that the goalposts keep shifting. So your goal now is to get into a multinational organization. You get it, the goal then shifts. Oh, I need promotion. Oh, I need to relocate. Oh, I need to do that. But then you forget to enjoy the journey. I remember one time I was praying and talking to God, and God said, who told you that you have to do this certain thing before you turn 30? Who said to you that this thing must be done by the end of the year? And I sat down to think about that conversation with God, and I said, look, if you have a microphone, the microphone cannot say by 30th of April 2025, I am going to become an iPhone. No, you were created as a microphone, and a microphone you will be. But the truth is that God has created us. God has set the milestones of our lives, and we all are on different paths, different journeys. So do not be pressured by anybody's journey. Some people get there faster than others, and that's okay. Some people get there, maybe, I don't even want to use the word slower, because the truth is that if you're staying according to the timing of the Lord, you are on time. You are not late. And I don't know who needs to hear this. You are not late. So focus on where it is that you're going. Take the steps that you need to be taking, but enjoy the journey. Celebrate others, celebrate their wins, but know that all things will also work together for your good as you continue to work towards your goal. I hope that all the tips that I've shared have been valuable to you, but I will leave you with this. Communication is at the heart of everything we do as individuals or even as an organization. Please work on developing your communication skills. Please work on articulating the value that you bring to the table. When people meet you, what would you say that will cause them to remember you? When people come across your content on LinkedIn or any social media platform, what will cause them to say, I want to follow this person, I want to connect with this person? So sit down and think, Who am I? Where am I going? What are my values? What kind of network do I need to build? What kind of people do I need to connect with? And what value am I bringing to the table that would differentiate me from the next person? Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you have an amazing time at this event, and feel free to share feedback on some of the tips that I've shared with you. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm there as Adedo.
Things you got from this video. Just know that the next person has to tell me something different. Okay, come. Your hand went up first. You with the orange, peach. Is you looking back, oh? May you not look back on the day that, Oh, it's you, darling. Can we give her a round of applause? It's not easy, oh. Whenever they call people out like this. Hey, don't look at Buko. You have to have it nicer. You are not doing like this. You want to cheat me. Oh, yeah, come forward. You can stand here so I don't stress you. 2 things that you got from her session, and you tell me how it ties to you.
What I learned from the conversation is that my name is Oyindamola, by the way. I learned that I should be genuine connecting with people. I just don't have to connect. Okay, for me personally, anytime I'm on LinkedIn, I only connect with people just because I view their profile. I don't have any reason. I don't even view their pages like that. But right now, I believe that when I want to connect with people, I connect with them genuinely due to their values and all. And another thing I learned is that I have to develop my communication skills.
People encourage her now. Wait. You don't even know. Come and stand. This is how you will be building the communication skill. Look, all of them, they cannot beat you, all of them like this. Wait, though, I'm just saying this because I hold Michael. After events, run away. I will not be here. But while I'm here, they cannot do anything, all of them like this. Nothing. You are them, they are you. Can we encourage her? Well, come on, guys, give her a round of applause. All right, let me see. One person from here. This crowd, you are not making it difficult for me. You are not raising your hand anyhow. I will do tumbu. Mini. How dare you say that thing again? I'm so stressed. Oh, yeah, everybody put your hands down. Once you're ready, go. Raise your hand. There you go. Quickly, please. Can I have one person from this side? Okay, you, sir. No, I've done this place, so yeah, you, sir. And then one person from this, you and the lady in red. You finished raising your hand, you now say, hey, when I call you. Wait, were you pranking me? Egba me? Was it, okay, take that as joke. That uncle, becoming, it's not you with the lilac. Love it. All right. 2 things that you got from her session, how it applies to you.
Thank you. I'm Adeokuta by name. So the first thing I learned is that I have to share values because value will draw others. I'm a student nurse, and I learned that this from whenever I'm posting online, I should share values of what I know. Probably I'm talking about infection control or the like. So I should make sure that I don't just post, but I share values as well. I also learned that I should celebrate others. Okay. Yes, when people are being celebrated, I should take note, and then I should not just want to get their values, but I should celebrate and encourage them as well.
Okay, can we give them a round of applause? So, task for you, before you leave here today, on your social media, you're going to find somebody to celebrate. Correct? And then you're going to, I don't know how, but you're going to post something of value today. Correct? Everybody, am I witness? So, if this my escape is all on you, what's your name again? All of you that have all these heavy Yoruba names. Ademuiwa. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. All right, over to you. No, you cannot say like you said. She said plenty things, so. This uncle want to use English for me. Buttress. Butter it. Okay. You remembered? Okay. Okay. All right. Can we give him a round of applause? Michael, yeah? Okay. Why are you holding phone? I want people that receive it like this, as they ought, inspiration. I don't want phone people, but because you raised hand and you pranked me, then you now unpranked me after pranking me. Go ahead. Okay. I love it. I love it. Okay. I love it. Can we, your name again? Okay, Adekemi. Can we give Adekemi a round of applause? Just hand over the microphone to her. Okay, so for four of you that came out, when I come off stage, just come to the side. I have free gifts for you guys for coming out. Thank you guys. See, I'm Santa Claus today. All of you that are looking at me with small eye, you will miss out of great things that I have. Okay, quickly before we go to the next session. So we have scholarships, right? Now, for the first set of scholarships, we're going to be giving out to 5 individuals from Jekyll Code. For those of you that want to take courses, they're giving 100% free scholarship. No, I think that you have scholarship that you want to give now, as you are not clapping. Maybe you have a company or you have school, or you are proud, you don't clap. Clap very well for that scholarship. That is it. Yeah. So Jekyll Code is going to be giving out 5 scholarships, and this is how we're going to do it. We're going to do put your money where your mouth is. And by that, randomly, let me see, we're going to have 5 people, actually 10 people come up stage, and in 2 minutes, you're going to pitch us a business idea. Now, we're going to have judges. I will not tell you who they are. They're going to decide who the 5 people with the best pitch is. Now, this is what you're doing for us. You are basically going to tell us, let me see. I want to make this easy, but also not so easy. Okay, so you're going to tell us a problem with tech in Abeokuta, and you're going to give us a solution, or prefer, maybe not give, but prefer a solution. So let me see, let me give you guys 1 minute to think on it. Just think of a problem in tech or business, or an area that is your own focus in Abeokuta, and prefer a solution. And you're going to come on stage with 9 other people. 10 of you are going to come on stage, and 5 people are going to be selected for the scholarship. So let me see, do I have volunteers? Before I pick you, come over. You in blue, you with the hijab, you with the cap, sir. You, white. Come out, please. If I'm calling you. You, come out. Come over. Miss, yes. You, sir, come over. It's only men that like scholarship. Oh, yeah, come out. Oh, yeah, come. You have raised your hand 2 times. The Lord has remembered you now. This is your chance. That auntie on glasses, you are squeezing your face. You have to smile at me. I like happy. Oh, yeah, come out. Shay, you have not passed 10 like this before they beat me. Oh. I don't have extra scholarship. That back, I don't feel like calling you because you people have been using me to catch cruise since. Clap, you will not clap. Stand, you will not. You are not clapping now. Wow. Oh, yeah, becoming you that you are clapping. You that you are clapping, becoming. Sure, you will decide between yourselves who wants to come out. Quickly. Oh, you've decided. Hold on, oh. You want them to beat me. It must not be more than, no. Can you stand in a straight line, please? Hey, they are, You want to give scholarship? You want to add to the scholarship? I'm listening. This uncle, I knew there was an issue when you asked that question that time that Mr. Gbenga was speaking. I've marked you. I just want to let you know that I'm not the convener. You understand? I'm the host, MC. That's my work. But I will get back to you. I will find out from the conveners and get back to you. So take numbers from 1. All right, I'll take 3 more people. Let's make it 15. Let's make it hot. There was somebody there. Oh, yeah, come over. There was another lady here. Developer, come over. 1 more person. Oh, sweet Lord. Who's he gonna be? This is sweet, oh. This is why people get power drunk. Because see how I'm here now, I'm feeling cool with myself. So do me a favor, tear a sheet of paper and just write your names, please, and pass it across. You can, how many are we now? Is it complete? Are we 15 now? No. I thought you said we're 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. One more person. Ma, sir, why are you telling me that guy? Because he's your friend. Let me have you, sir. From the corner. Yes. The guy with blue. Yes. Wow, that man don't believe that he will be chosen. Oh, you will clap for him. He didn't believe it. He was perplexed. All right, so we're complete. So you guys do me a favor. Just go over to that protocol lady standing there, all of you, and just write your names and give her the sheet of paper when you're done. All of you just file together. Go over to her on red. They're going to write their names, each of them. Once they write your name, you can go back to your seats. If you've written your name, go back to your seat. When it's time for the pitch, so begin to prepare and you must not be more than 2 minutes. Come up here, tell us a problem with tech in Abeokuta, prefer a solution, pass the mic to the next person. Once you pass 2 minutes, you are disqualified automatically. So begin to time. Maybe you can go on your seat and time yourselves. Okay, we're going to be moving on to the next session very, very quickly. Please, let's do that very coordinated. Let it not be distracting. Could you move more to the corner? We can move towards the door. Sorry, guys, on the queue. Move towards the door, please. Yeah, just move to the corner. Thank you so much. Okay, back to the event. We're going to be having our first fireside chats right about now. I love fireside chats because they are honest conversations, direct conversations. And we have, when she walked in, I was like, yeah, I think she's the one. I mean, I've seen a picture, but you can tell when you see a very put together lady, intelligent, smart, with sass. So with a round of applause, please welcome Favor Ogazi for this conversation. Come on, that's it. I may just sight you shouting, oh. Can I have another microphone, please? Don't worry, take your time. A lady, take your time as much as you want to.
Favor Ogazi is a seasoned brand and marketing strategist with over 4 years of experience driving business growth through brand management, strategy, marketing communications, and business development. She is the founder and lead consultant at Fono Consulting Limited, where she has helped over 100 businesses and individuals refine their brand positioning, improve marketing strategies, and increase profitability. Beyond Fono, Favor is the business and marketing manager at DNI Pay, a leading tech startup in Nigeria, where she spearheads marketing and communication efforts. An avid writer and storyteller, Favor shares marketing insights with entrepreneurs and professionals while also crafting engaging narratives on business, relationships, and culture. In her free time, she enjoys exploring books and watching Lego dramas. Ladies and gentlemen, Favor Ogazi.
Hi, Favor Ogazi. Oh my God, I love the way you say hello to me. Okay, sorry, I'm not supposed to. Let me try and be. When people are sweet to me, I misbehave. Thank you very much. Okay, so I caught the part about you loving Lego dramas, series or movies, both ways.
Series, movies, everything, legal, crime, prison documentaries,
Wow.
everything that has to do with surviving or just out of the norm. I love it.
You love it.
I live for it.
You live for it. Wow, ma. Who do you bad that you want them to be going to prison? You don't like romance film?
I'm not there.
You're not there. Wow. You just broke some people's hearts. But okay, let's get right into the conversations very quickly. Want to talk about building a brand that speaks for you. I mean, anybody who researches you, follows you, has heard you speak, can tell that you're very intentional, very present, but not such that you're in anybody's face. Almost like you're in a lane all by yourself, and you're building such a large, rich, intelligent, present brand, and you've built and are still building. And so we just want to have a conversation with you and find out how you've gotten to that point, because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys want to build brands for yourselves, right? And you want to get to the point where it begins to bring in the money. Eh? Okay, people don't like money here. Okay, you love it. Ah, that person like money. Oh. That person loves money. So the first question I want to ask you is, I don't want a general definition. What would Favor Ogazi's definition of personal branding be? And why would that be the definition that you would give personal branding?
All right. Can I throw a compliment before I answer?
Sweetly.
You look absolutely gorgeous. And thank you for hosting this very well. And thanks for being nice. All right. What would I describe personal branding to be? It's simply your reputation. It's simply perception. It's what they are saying about you when you're not in the room, especially when you're not in the room. That's personal branding.
Amazing. Can we give her a round of applause for that? All right, so how do you get to the point where you get people speaking about you when you're not in the room? Like, what are the things that you did and you're doing that even when you're not there, people are like, Omo, did you see what Favor posted today? You don't follow Favor. What are you doing? You know, how do you get to that point where you're so present in people's minds? It doesn't necessarily have to be popularity, but just that presence in people's minds.
Basically, how do you start out with building a personal brand? I like to use myself as an example, so I'm going to make it very personal. I think it started from the point where I decided, okay, I want to do this. And the first thing I asked was, what is unique about me? Now, it's called personal brand for a reason. Personal plus brand. So it's like your personality is like a brand, but with a lot of your personality. So I had to ask myself certain questions. Who am I, and what makes me distinct? No two persons are the same. So who am I, and what's going to make me different? Now, when I was asking myself that question, one thing that helped was listing out every single thing that I liked or did or was about. Now, I love the color black. I love to fix my nails. I love to read. I love legal dramas. I make a thing out of these things because that's what makes me, me, right? So I wanted to be a marketing professional, right? And I wanted to put myself out there as that person. So who am I? I'm Favor Ogazi, who loves black clothes, who loves this, who loves that. And this is where I'm going to. This is what I want to do. So I answered my why questions, my W questions rather. So this is who I am. This is what I want to do. I'm Favor of this, of that, and I want to do this. And this is why I'm doing this. And this is how I want to do what I say I want to do. So I answered my 3 W's and my H questions, right? So that helped me form my message. And that's what I put across all my platforms. Now, across different platforms, you might see different variations of me, but you'll never miss the message. I'm simply saying, oh, I'm a business and marketing professional who does this and do this and do this and do that and do that. Like, you just get the message. I may, communicate that across different platforms in different ways, but the message is very clear. So that's how I started. I defined who I was, and I didn't take out the things or those tiny or personal things about me. I didn't take it out. That's me. That's what makes you probably bubbly and chummy. That's who you are. Take it into that, right? So I did that. That was how I started. When I defined my message, right, I then decided what key platforms I needed to be on. I think you already noticed. I'm there. I'm out there, but I'm not out there. I'm not shouting at all. I don't have strength. So I decided, okay, where would you want to see a business and marketing professional who likes fancy things and all of that, right? So I decided, you know what? LinkedIn, Instagram, and because I write a lot of Twitter would be good for me and Threads. So I picked my key platforms. I'm everywhere. I probably have accounts everywhere, but I'm not wasting my time or stressing myself on platforms that are not very relevant to me, especially when you're starting out. So I picked key platforms, and I think that's the one thing a lot of people miss when they're starting out. They don't identify the best channels for them, at least when you're starting out first. Maybe later you can think of how you can repurpose content and all of that, but I picked my key platforms. You want to position yourself as a founder or whatnot, and you're spending so much time maybe on maybe TikTok or something, that's okay, maybe for another phase in your journey. But starting out, I expect to see you on LinkedIn, I expect to see you doing thought leadership stuff on Twitter, spilling out some nuggets and all of that, right? So I picked key platforms, and then I started being consistent, posting content. And now content is not restricted to just videos. Content can be graphics, visuals, writing. I've made my writing such a thing. So I have this thing of making things a thing, right? So make your stuff a thing. You know, like if you like to hold a microphone, you can make it a thing.
I love it.
Right? So I make content in different variations, right? With pictures, graphics, with carousels, anything, a mix of everything, right? And then consistently. And consistency has nothing to do with posting online every single day or every single time.
Yeah.
It is showing up regardless. Showing up just enough for people to know this person is around. They can't miss you. They can't skip you. That's not to do with being loud or whatever. I mean, we can have a separate conversation about making, posts,
Being present.
both serious and non-serious. I don't know, but just be consistent. So again, just to recap, just in case people are just joining, I would say, figure out your message, answer your 3 whys, your hows. I'll also say pick key platforms that are relevant to your niche or your field or wherever you've said you are. Right? And then go ahead to start posting and be consistent. Another thing would be engagement. Right? Meanwhile, when you're posting content, please make sure that it's authentic. Yes, you can borrow ideas from people, but do it in your own way, in your own voice, right? So engagement, anybody who is very, very serious about building brands, especially online, even offline, know that they have to give to get. The keynote speaker said it. Conversations, show up, engage with people. You can't just come and be posting your own content and be going, no, what's going on? Like, follow, let them know that, okay, join communities, and don't just network, build relationships. Relationship is the strongest card to play in this game, right? Don't just say, oh, hi, my name is this, I'm that, I'm this. Like, build relationships, check up on people, care. If you're a business owner, ask questions. Oh, how are you guys doing today? Oh, pick my outfits with me for the day, carry them along, right? So build conversations, relationship. Don't just network and say, okay, I'm meeting this person today. Like she said, amassing different cards, going on with different cards in your wallet, and is that it? No, that's not it. So again, bring out your message by answering those questions. Identify key platforms. Start posting and post consistently. You determine your frequency. You determine how many times you want to post, and of course, engage. You have to give to get. So I hope that answers the question.
Yes, it absolutely does. Which takes me to something you said, which kind of leads us to the next question, which is, what then will be the role, or what would you say has been the role of authenticity and storytelling in personal branding? Now, let me say this before you answer. So, in the content creation or online space, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Instagram, you'd realize that, I don't know if you guys have been through this, where you are scrolling on your feed, and maybe one coach says, if you are sleeping 8 hours, you are wasting your life. Wait now, as you are not scrolling, the next coach, if you don't sleep up to 8 hours, you are dying small. Hey, Joe, excuse, who shall I now follow? We will say, either ways I'm dying. If I sleep, you say I'm dying. If I don't sleep, you say I'm dying. I would like to live. So my issue is, we talk about authenticity a lot. We throw that word around. And one of the things that we do a lot in the online space is we use a lot of words that we don't break down for people. So we say authenticity. What does that even look like in my day-to-day as somebody who is trying to build a personal brand? And I'm saying so because you just mentioned be authentic, bring your own self into everything that you do. And I loved that point you made about listing out. You know, that's something that I'm definitely taking away from this session. So, Favor, help us. What would you say is the role of authenticity and storytelling in personal branding?
To capture emotions. Yeah, that's why we say authentic, be original, right? Because you are not me. We could wear the same dress and everything, and we would never pass the same message, right? So what will now make us different? What will make us stand out is your you-ness, right? So it's like the way is to capture, the way you would capture their emotions, different from the way I would capture their emotions. We do it and we wrap it up nicely, even with storytelling. We use the authentic, tell stories, tell your stories, just to capture emotions. And that's the only way you can build genuine impact, credibility, and trust. people will trust you because you're very personal and they can see your journey. It's not Tony Element's journey, it's Favor's journey.
Right.
And so that's your journey. So, okay, it's your things going on with you. I can trust you. I can trust what you're saying.
Right.
But if I'm coming and I'm just posting other people's things and doing other people's things, where's your voice?
Ah.
Authenticity, as in originality. So to evoke emotions,
Okay.
to build trust between myself and my audience.
Community.
So that's the essence of authentic, original content that
Yeah.
we're always talking about.
Yeah.
Pardon us.
And just to add to that, you had said something about building. Don't just follow people and like, you give to get. I think that one of the things that would help anybody build authenticity, because I believe that you can build and grow authentically. You change, you metamorphose. I think one of the ways that authenticity helps you is it's so easy when you're authentic to have a community, because people are drawn to originality. People can, when relatability, if I feel as if, oh my God, I can relate to that because I love Lego dramas too, I automatically feel like I have a connection to you. Somebody else might be connected to your sense of fashion or your love for black, and just like that, you're beginning to build different
And
people.
they are getting the message, the marketing and the whole business, something draws them in.
Right.
And that's my personality.
Right. And then something then keeps them.
Keeps them. Is that your content that you're working very hard for? Is what will keep them and sustain them.
Can we just give a round of applause for that? If this is helping, and you know, if it's actually treating. I won't lie, I used to be, and I'm saying this for a lot of people who are probably in that space that I used to be, where literally, you know, you follow so many people, you follow so many coaches. It can drive you nuts if you're not careful, because the message is different from different people. But another thing I also learned about messaging is the fine balance between what Favor is trying to say and Omotayo is trying to say, where you are. So if you're an undergraduate, obviously, you can't relate to maybe 8 hours of sleeping like somebody working in 9 to 5 or an entrepreneur would relate to, because the details are entirely different. So Favor, the next question that I would like to ask is, how then does social media, especially LinkedIn, which is where you said like the message is like it's a different you, but it's still you, aside from what you put out, like your writing, how there's that thing about the way you put your writing, that thing. Yeah, that I want you to touch on that thing, you know, the you-ness, like you put it. I love that word so much. I'm definitely taking it, the you-ness, right? Over here, you see, we're creating new vocabulary for Oxford, doing great things. How does social media then, with LinkedIn, play a role in brand visibility? And I'm saying this because before we started the event, I had asked the audience that were here, LinkedIn can somewhat seem more difficult and more, this is how I describe it. I say Twitter is like that auntie in your house that puts her mouth in everything. As you are going out, she's asking you, that shoe you are wearing is not good, that clothes you are wearing, that hair. Whilst LinkedIn is like daddy. You know how mommy says something 5 times, you don't answer. Daddy just says, Boma. You're like, don't need her. I understand you to the end. Don't repeat yourself. You know, it has that serious, you know, vibe. And sometimes people don't know how to navigate it for brand visibility. And yet, it's such a large market, especially if you're trying to build a brand. And you've hacked that, you know, for yourself in a way. Of course, even everybody up there, we still see they are growing till we die. But where you are at, a lot of people are aiming to get there. So how did you get there, and how did you use LinkedIn to build that brand for yourself?
All right, quick story. I didn't start optimizing my LinkedIn until, I think, May or June of last year.
You're joking.
I've had a LinkedIn account, don't get it wrong, but I didn't start taking it very seriously because I was carried away with other platforms, and I was doing a lot of online stuff. I have a 9 to 5 Excel, so I was, you know, yeah, exactly. I was managing so much, but I was like, you know what? Something is missing. There's already a place where they've made a platform where you can just get all the professionalism you want, especially if you're trying to be serious, and you're not leveraging in Favor. What's going on? Something was missing, and what was missing? It was, you see, I'd done so much, but there was still no credible, genuine hardcore social expertise proof to show that I was good at my stuff. People knew me outside, offline, because I did a lot of traditional marketing while starting out. And if you check my other platforms, a lot of people probably just know me for my writing or my dressing. I was doing other stuff there, but they were more, because those platforms were more, they didn't tell me twice before I went back to LinkedIn. And with LinkedIn, the one thing LinkedIn has done for me is showcase my expertise in a very structured, serious way. When you're starting out, you're more likely to identify as a creative or personal person. It puts structure. You need structure. Okay? And then it helps you position yourself and your expertise in a very grounded manner. You can get recommendations there. You have all the social proof you need. I don't understand why you are not going to be there. Especially if you're serious about leveraging your personal brand and positioning yourself as whatever you've decided to position yourself as. So LinkedIn and other platforms, particularly LinkedIn, has helped show people that I'm really who I say I am, and these are my credentials. Check me out. These are the places I've worked. This is what I say I'm doing. Like LinkedIn has so many features that lets you do all of that. Even the newsletter you say you're writing, you can feature it on your profile. Right. You can do this, you can do that, you can. Where else do you want to be as a professional? So yeah, that helps me position myself as an expert.
I love it.
Yeah.
And so you're basically, from what I'm getting from what you've just said, is LinkedIn gives structure to you that you don't even necessarily have to do by yourself. The app itself already has all of those things in place. You just need to optimize it.
Optimize is the word.
Optimize is the word. I love it. So for anybody and everybody here, that's the word, right? There are many words, though, but that one is the word.
You're turning me into an English teacher.
Optimize. I'm here to learn, no?
Stop it. You're turning me into an English teacher.
Okay, so I love that you said that. Now, one of the things I love about Fireside Chats is how honest it gets. So, Favor, help us. Tell us a few mistakes that you've made in personal branding, trying to build that brand for yourself on LinkedIn. Like you said, you just started optimizing last year, which is very shocking because, and that just tells you the power of optimization. Because if somebody had asked me, I would say you've been doing this you've been optimizing for at least 4 years, So it means that you just taking it seriously got you to, the point that you are right
and
now.
I haven't even started.
Hey, O'Shea, I love it. If there was a DJ now, I say, kill me, gang sound. You'll never see me coming. Okay, Favor, we'll be on the lookout. And that's why looking better know we're right behind, pursuing to make sure. So just share with us a few mistakes that you've made that people in the crowd can learn from and avoid making as they start their own journeys into optimizing for personal branding.
Focusing on aesthetics too much.
Hey, you not say that in loud. They not hear. Do people hear?
Focusing on aesthetics too much.
I love it.
When you're starting out, you get a whole lot of advice. Do this, do that, and it didn't help that I have a background in branding. And what that means is everything has to be put together. Perfect. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't make that mistake. Even till today, it still stands. Just, I spent hours in the studio creating the best videos, scripts, and all of that. And just 2 days ago, I put out a video. I went to a wedding where I was dancing, and I put out a video smiling anyhow, and then I put facts about me that don't match my appearance. Number 1, I like Ijebu Gari and Granite.
That person that clap, God will me to bless it. First of all, high five, girl. Woo! Ain't nobody ever knew what Ijebu Gari can do. I feel like I want to do an ad. Sorry, I'll come. Oh, we're still in event.
I think that video is currently on 112,000 views.
Sorry.
Because of Ijebu Gari.
This I say is the GOAT, greatest of all time. You agree, right? 7 lives since 1960. Ijebu Gari should be put on the world map.
For the first time, I'm coming out to say, you know what? Wait first.
Leave aesthetics.
Wait first. Just 2 days ago.
Wow.
On my Instagram, the way the thing was just flying. I was on an X space last night. We're talking about unserious content and what it's doing. Today, brands know that we're in the show business.
Yeah.
Brands are paying millions
Oh, yeah.
to comedians and people to
Tell me
come
about it.
and say random things. I was like, what? Now, my serious content would keep me grounded. Now, when they attract people and they come and see, they're like, okay, this person is not. But it was just so shocking to see how sometimes it's like, favor, breathe.
I love it.
Breathe.
Relax.
Relax. So, yeah. I think I'm learning, like, it took a while to let go.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah.
don't be like me who was too, put together. Sometimes breathe. Some days you will need structure.
Oh, yeah.
Some other days you need creativity. Sometimes you just need to calm down first.
I love it.
Tell yourself, calm down first.
Better say it so that your spirit will be hearing you now.
That's the one thing,
Yeah.
first mistake. I learned that a little bit late. I mean, I don't regret the way I am or whatever. It helps me, has put me in rooms and whatnot. But I've also learned, I've learned how to, okay, so I'm saying the non-fancy things about me too. I can share that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Nothing has to be perfect. And do you know why these comedians and people, and look at Pella, for example, do you know what the guy is doing? They're not thinking of doing, they're not planning to do, they are doing things. They are doing things, right? Eventually, they have agencies that then manage these talents and all of that just for constancy and, lasting the long term. Yes, but like sometimes just allow yourself. It's called personal brand. And the personal brand strategist, I had to still learn this in 2025. Wow. I probably knew this, but I have to relearn it. I don't think I have any other fancy mistakes. Maybe I will tell you, maybe you start out without clarity or defining yourself. I already told you how you can do it. But the biggest thing I'll tell you, be yourself. Don't be like me. That started out like that, right? Thankfully, I was able to catch and then there's a balance. It's time for even the Bible says there's time for everything. It's time to be serious, it's time not to be serious. Time to laugh. It's never time not to be stuck up. Say, I want to go and be personal brand. So that means, they must know that I'm a thought leader. And relax. Who are you? That's what they want to see.
Yeah. I'll just share a very funny story from my own brand just to buttress that, because I see that a lot of people are going in that direction. So when I was going to start with emceeing, I was in the corporate world, 9 to 5. Got my MBA. Of course, your parents never understand when you say want to be a comedian. No. You want to be my mom is Yoruba. She said, that is pé wà jí láàárọ̀ wà ló ń lọ bí iṣẹ́ wà ní ọbẹ̀ wọn pa àwọn èèyàn lẹ́rìn-ín. And my biblical name is Ruth. So she go, Ruth, oh, they shanu me. I say it's shanu that I'm trying to shanu you. They are paying them money. I will quickly buy you house. Do you know how many salary I will save before? She said, and when you fe suffer rata. Is this a rata that will come all of us, mommy? But yeah, we should ignore rata and focus on us inside the house. But it was, and here's the thing, being comedic or speaking comes naturally to me. I don't really have to try like most people. I don't struggle like most people. I just had to own the skill and hone it. However, just like you, a lot of advices. Your page, you will do graphic design. Make sure that the middle eye and the up eye and the left eye. So when I now go and meet graphic designer now, I now ask graphic designer, how much will you design graphic? He now tell me the price. I say to do me design. For instance, Baba me, leave it. I'm not beginning to make money. That is, I don't want to begin my life journey. He said, yeah, for 2 designs, 200. I call my friends. Is this how much they are doing it? I mean, they want to ban me. That one that tell me, oh, that's even affordable. I say, you guys are really my people, because that means that you people feel what I'm feeling. It was very hilarious
That's
to me.
affordable, trust me, especially in Abuja. Trust me.
Favor, you are my senior. I'm a young girl. If you really check my age, I'm just 20. I just started my life, please. What do you mean by that's really affordable? Sweetie, I was, when you're taken aback, like, no, now it's a joke. Somebody now said, okay, get a social media handler, somebody that will help you since you're saying that. And that's okay. No, when they're advising you now, you will research. and now say, let me research. That one to not give me bill. Say, am I going to be doing the edits or am I just going to be posting? Don't worry. I will edit. If the video do jaga jaga, they should take it like that. But what that helped me realize was it kind of forced me to begin to learn some of these skills, learning to edit myself, learning to record myself, learning to put, and the more you learn, the more you get better, the more you begin to model other people's pages.
Yeah.
However, I remember that for the first 6-7 months that I was focused on aesthetics, color, the arrangement of my page, I not get one single job. In fact, my comment section used to be emoji, love, love, thumbs up, love, 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 3 love, 2 love. You know, the love number used to increase and decrease per time. You know, that's how you know people are encouraging you. Friends and family comments. You know friends and family comments? Come on, like, back, click. Let it not be like, we knock me. Yo, tap, tap.
Spot on.
See, you know this. We are all guilty. Even you used to give people love now. You give thumbs up. Snapchat, is that WhatsApp one that annoys me? Why
Go
you thumbs up
girl.
me now?
Go girl.
Like why? And then randomly, I posted a video where I was speaking an accent. And this is stuff I've been doing forever, where I can just mimic Kenya, South Africa, Uganda, and most African countries. I can just switch accents. Somebody's looking at me like, do it now. Do you pay me? No, you pay me. Maverick, you know that if you talk out, I don't do it now. Maverick, my coach, stop it. I'll do it eventually, I promise. However, I was ranting about makeup. How that you pay for makeup, and when you get home, you have to clean it. So I was mourning the loss of the money. So I now put camera in my phone. I was now like, this thing is paining me. Look at me now, I just came back home. Then I have to clean this makeup on my face. I'm so tired since the morning, eh? Who is going to help me now? You know? I promise you this was just for WhatsApp. Then a friend of mine just goes, put it on Instagram now. I was like, this video that I just made in my kitchen door, we have removed wigs, it was the weaving under. I said, God forbid, my brand, TBJ, how would they see me? Favor. I now put it. As I now put it, I now sleep. When I now wake up, I'm now saying, can they come follow us? I say, what happened? They hack my page. Because who is the 100 people following me? Where do they know me from? I kid you not, that was the beginning automatically of what has become some of the major parts of my career. I had 2 speaking engagements, hosting gigs. The person was like, we've been looking for somebody who can do accents. We're inviting thought leaders.
Yeah.
You see that? I was trying to be this thought leader. Meanwhile, somebody saw that very funny, uncouth, unplanned, anyhow video and thought that's the kind of host I want for my event. And literally from that day till today, by God's grace, of course.
Actually, that's the kind of thought leader they want. What I do there.
Angles. Come on, girl. I love it. So really, I'm just saying this to a lot of people who feel like, because I will say this also, a lot of people have told me, Boma, you talk too much. Boma, you're too loud. Your voice is so loud. You don't speak like a lady. You know, people would describe how Favor speaks as how a lady should speak. Okay, but lady don't give me money now. Boy, you should let me be shouting. Thanks and God bless. When lady come, I will follow. However, I'll just put it out there that that's why I said that you-ness really, really struck a chord with me, because it took me shaking off how people had described me, how people had defined me. I had to define myself, and I had to be okay with my definition. You will meet people in life that will shake your definition, you will not even know when you almost want to begin to behave like them, but that strength to stay in character, to stay true to your you-ness, would be the highest thing that helps you. And I love so much that you said that, so thank you. Lastly, before we go, I'll just say, kindly share, you've shared Ijebu Gari with us already, and I'm taking that home. I'm going to go and tell my best friend at home that Gari shamed me. That's my best food.
Best snack ever.
She Gary shamed me.
And milk.
And granules.
And cold water.
Ice block.
Ice block.
Sprinkled all over. You know?
Sit down on the rug.
Sit down on the rug. Favor, you are doing a thing, you know. If you don't have rug, use mats. If there's no mats, use bare floor. It don't matter. Then make sure that you're not wearing too much clothes.
Off the clothes. Off
right? so that breeze can blow you. Any other? If there's kuli, then for the Tush people, y'all use chicken and proteins to eat your own.
Turkey and stew sometimes.
Okay, they said no. That's not the original way.
Turkey and stew sometimes if you're trying
It's
to.
cute sometimes, but the real one is this one we just described.
On the rug.
On the rug. As you're saying it's gone, I'm having dreams. My mind is going places. Okay, so quickly, kindly share a personal story about your own branding journey. Something that you did, just like this one, maybe another story that you did on LinkedIn or Instagram that kind of changed the direction of your career and your brand.
Because I'm here because of FUNAB, actually. I finished from FUNAB.
You know what? Y'all give another round of applause. Come on. I love it. Coach Maverick said something in the beginning for those that weren't here, and it's a saying from Tunde Onokoya, the CEO of Chess Slums: we can do great things from a small place.
Exactly.
And so hearing you say that you finished from FUNAB years ago, and now you're here speaking to fellow students like yourself, it just tells every single person in here who's a student, graduate, wherever, that they can also be on stages like this someday in the future.
Yes, you can. You can. Much. So just a quick story. I was not as fluent as you.
I wasn't always
back
like
in
this,
school,
so.
but I had a thing for just being up and active. Right. And so a friend thought that I was the most vocal person she knew, and then she gave me her beauty products to go sell. Back in 2017 or so. I was in my third year or so, and so I'll take these beauty products, lip glosses particularly, I'll go from hostels to hostels, selling it and everything. Another friend who thought, okay, you're making money and everything, I think you're really good at, you know what, I'm running for FUNABSU SCG Vice President, come be my campaign manager. Tolin. And that was how I did it, and we won. And my life has never remained the same since then. It was such an experience. You know, I gave all of me to that. It was, at some point, people even thought I was the one running. And so when we're done and we won, I was like, okay, this has happened. I am not going to be popular for nothing. I am not going to waste this thing. And so I took it, I went on my WhatsApp, made a thing on my WhatsApp, started making WhatsApp promotions, a thing when it was still new then. I would add up contacts, I would do that, and that's how I started. People started knowing me as that girl who was doing marketing, promotion, campaign. Before you know it, I was like, you know what, I can go to Instagram and then brandish myself and everything. So I want to give a big shout out to my two friends, Feintola and Tolini, who gave me opportunities and chances. And it started right here in FUNAB when I was just a student. And that's how I started. That was exactly how my story started. From that day to now, I've been outside, and I haven't stopped, and I don't think I'm going to be stopping anytime soon.
Man, has this fireside chat been helpful to anybody? Has it been interesting? Have we picked up like very powerful stuff from this session? Please, can we say a big thank you to Favor Gazi? No, you will say thank you, Favor Gazi. Let her know that the thank you is our own, no? All right, with a round of applause, can we please just escort Favor back to her? Say thank you so much. It was an absolute honor. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's like some of you are finally eating. Questions. I'm sure we have one or two. However, time is not. Era ile where that I begin to talk. Era is still in the ile. The sound help me. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm actually sorry. I'm begging. Please. Tea for thanks. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Favor, for that. We're very grateful for your honesty, your vulnerability, openness, and also just your ability to share. I know that a couple of us might have. Do we have questions? Now, wow, people cannot even try not to have questions. Well, actually, we want you to have questions. So do me a favor, write down your questions. right? And we're going to have somebody go around and just pick questions. We can't take one by one so that time doesn't elude us, but we're going to take questions. I mean, that's why we're here. So just take down, everybody I asked when we came, if you have jotters, please just note down your questions in a piece of paper. Please, if your handwriting is not writing, I'm trying to be very, very cautious. Tell your neighbor to write your question for you. Not that I will not read the question. I will not be like, I can't speak English. They will not know that is what I'm trying to read. If you know that your handwriting isn't legible, you can actually ask someone to read. Because some of you scribble. You don't write. You put it like this. Italics. You are writing in fonts, calligraphy. Times New Roman. Some of you. That's how people write. You write in artistic ways. Some of you write in tongues. Because it can't be English. You think I'm lying? If I tell people to write here now, you and I will judge. You think I'm lying? So please tell your neighbor. But that neighbor to make sure that they can help. Let it not be like two blind men working together. Help me to help you. If not, I'll go and read the opposite of what you want to ask. And I can't help you. All right. We're going to be moving into the next part of the session very quickly. Mr. Babs, you can begin to prepare for Mr. Olushola. I don't know if you're somewhere in the hall, but you can begin to prepare for Mr.Olushola's live session. Coach, you could help me pass that across to Mr. Babs if you're somewhere in the hall. However, there were these 4 people that came out and answered my question before. Where are they? Okay, come up quickly, please. Okay, very quickly. Entitled to the headshots for free. Sorry, you're entitled to the headshots for free, so you can actually go outside and get your headshots done. For other people that want to get their professional headshots done, it's just for 5,000 naira, as opposed to 20, 50,000 or whatever amount that studios would charge you normally. I mean, being in this kind of space, you know that the quality of your headshots is guaranteed. Not one that they will snap you and it will be like passport. Headshot is not passport to you people. Headshot is not passport. Let me help you now. Okay? If you got a white background, you not burn your face. It's not embassy picture. Because somebody will see your profile now and they will not be happy to click your link. You can't optimize that way. All right. What you want my do?
Right. Abeokuta City, good morning. Oh, it's afternoon. Sorry. Well, pardon me. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're happy to be in the building, can you make some noise? Well, from the ladies, it's encouraging, but from the brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, the kind of things I'll be saying here this morning, you need a lot of tomatoes, just to catch up with the things I'm saying. She get. Ladies and gentlemen, I am comedian Da Vinci, CFRN, standing for Comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It's not easy now, celebrate me. And with me, with my personality, with the look, you know that money is not the problem. Look at me very well. Money is not the problem. Just that I don't have it. Ladies and gentlemen, coming from a Nigerian family, my own mother, she wanted me to have quality education, at least for my mother, master's degree. Masters. But look at me today. I'm a master of ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, my own mother is, one funny thing about my mother, my own mother is the only type of mother that before she goes out, she call all of us our children. And she will tell all of us to kneel down and flog all of us. When we ask, Mommy, what thing we do? She will now tell us, Una never do anything, but I sure say before I come back from where I go, Una go don't do something. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy. The first time I went to host an event, they paid me a very huge amount of money. I bought a good dress for my mother. My mother looked at the dress with tears in her eyes. She did not know when she said, "Oh, I wish I met you before your father." He choke, Abi, no choke. He choke, Abi, no choke. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy. Look at me. She, Auntie Favor said she finished from FUNAB. And by the special grace of God, I also am a student of the Federal University of Agriculture, Department of Statistics. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy. This way that there is problem with the school you are going to. When you gain admission, they ask you, oh, you gain admission, which school? You say FUNAB. They now repeat it again, FUNAB. They now say, oh, that's a very good school. They now ask you which course? You say statistics. They pronounce it again, statistics. Wow, that's a good course. You can work every... See, any course they tell you that you can work everywhere is a lie. My friend that studied banking and finance, right now, he's selling power banks and phone accessories. As long as there's banking inside it. You think it's easy? The one that said he wants to study law is now a tailor. Law na law. You think it's a joke? Ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy. Today I'll just be cracking jokes about education. It's not like I don't have other jokes to crack to you guys. As a comedian, I have a lot of jokes for you guys. I have joke about airplanes, but if I crack it, will it fly? Ladies and gentlemen, I have a joke about fashion designers too. But you guys are not tailored for it. He choke, Abi, no choke. He choke, Abi, no choke. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy. Education in Nigeria is in a state of, don't let me mention any name. It's in a state that we are hoping God reverse things, Sha. Education is something else now. When they say go to school, people say school nah. That thing is a syndrome these days now. Say school has come. Which day I went to bank, just to feel teller, right amount in word. One woman was writing 1,101. You think, okay, you think it's easy. They said, go to school. They were asking one girl. They said, is this book yours? She said, no, it's not yours. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy.
Subscribe to
Media. Man, no vex. They don't vex me for here today. Man, speak language you now understand. They don't vex me for here today. Gary, normal Gary, where we know say, for between me and you, na balanced diet. They come here, come talk, say, na snacks. Am I speaking your voice? Make I increase the volume. That's in pay me now. You be hearing things like Gary with chicken and chips, Gary with Gary perfect. A lot of things. They don't spoil Gary for us. Gary with just sugar and granite. Smash this thing, put water, he code, no code. If water no day, fetch ball. If ball no day, fetch conga. Sample this thing, drink your Gary, enjoy. They said Gary snacks. Ladies and gentlemen, let me continue with my joke on education. As you can see, I'm a well-educated person, so I don't need to branch into Gary, even though there are you people too like food. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy. Nigerian police too, it's not like they have one proper education like that. We need to school our police officers. See, even if it is Bible school, school na school. Seriously, one girl contacted me last week. She was like, Da Vinci, I scored 120 in JAMB and I want to study medicine and surgery. Which school will give me admission? I say Bible school. Because Jesus can do what doctors cannot do. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy. Police officers and their English is something else. And as a student and stand-up comedian too, I'm an OAP. I was coming from an event last week. Police stopped us. Public transport though. He said, everybody calm down. They asked me, what do you do for a living? I said, I'm an OAP. Police does not know the meaning of OAP, meaning on-air personality. The police officer said, Sean, sir. He said, you can go, sir. It was his colleague that I asked him, what is the meaning of OAP? He said, me too, I don't know. But with the way he pronounced them, I sure say it go big past DPO. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy. There was a time like that, and the place I came from, it was not like we had access to good education like that. Thank God for grace. Ladies and gentlemen, celebrate me. Thank you very much. The place I came from is not like we had access to good education like that. You get? When we go to school, in our own school, it's 2 times a week they used to teach us. So there was one day like that. They taught us comparative and superlative of words. So the auntie came to class. When our auntie comes to class, she will say, children, we to answer, yes, auntie. If I say children, he say yes, auntie. Children. You go say, yes, uncle. I'm your uncle. I'm your pops. Ladies and gentlemen, auntie came to class and said, today we are going to do superlative and comparative of words. Say, okay. He said, now, small. It will say small, smaller, smallest. Fast, faster, fastest. Big, bigger, biggest. Ladies and gentlemen, you will join me now as we go through the comparative. Small, smaller, big, fast. Our auntie said, you guys have known it. Tomorrow, you will recite it again for me. I said, okay. The second day, they brought somebody from the Ministry of Education to come and do accreditation for our own school. When the man came, the auntie said, children. He said, do you remember what I taught you yesterday? We said, yes, auntie. He said, you will recite it for this uncle again. Once you recite it for him, if you don't recite it well, they will close down our school. Do you want them to close down our school? No. Everybody shout, no. If they won't close down school, make them go close down your own school. He said, all of us, we shouted, no. Then she started dictating for us, so follow me now. Small, smaller. Big, fast. Smart. Out of excitement, our auntie shouted, good. She now shouted, stop. She now shouted again, enough. As she wanted to finish, she now shouted, yeah. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I am comedian David CFRN. That's my time.
Yeah. You people you are responding. Yeah. Are you in school, oh? It's God as though you should not invite your lecturers. Eh? Candy will just mistakenly say, so come on, you two do LinkedIn local. You will not yes. Davichi, well done, no? We want to remove the education that people's parents use blood and sweat to pay for. Better remove that thing from here before you leave this place. Oh God, I don't want to go and remember this thing. Yeah. I need to shake it off. It's over me, right? It is well. All right, DJ, thank you. All right, so I had 4 people come out and I promised I was going to give them free gifts. Please come on stage. Can I have the 4 of you quickly? A round of applause for them, please. Quickly. Can I have the first one? On behalf of, come forward. I see you that you were shy. You raised your hand. You are the pranking lady. That's I remember. Kemi the pranker. All right, on behalf of the LinkedIn local, we present to you this gift. Thank you so much for participating. It's called a honorary participation gift. You're welcome. It's from Jekka Code, by the way. Thank you very much, Michael. I got it. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm supposed to. Oh, no, I'm not VIP. You can snap them. It's not me. Oh, yeah, you that you were shaking. I remember you. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for participating. Yes, the man of value. You have to add value. I remember your speech. It'd be like Obama's speech. Do you want to go into politics? You want to? Hey, I'm a spiritual being. Well, the way you answer that question, anyway, you have to add value. I say they don't bomb me when make I know add value. As you have advised me now. All right, thank you guys so much for participating. We're going to be going into the next session. Media, please cue in our next keynote speaker, Mr. Hamzat's video. This keynote speech is really going to be touching on, we've dealt with personal brand, we've dealt with believing in yourself, we've dealt with the fireside chat about branding. Now we want to move into other aspects of the event very quickly, and he's going to be talking to us about tech and trends. Where are the techies in the house? Tech money, tech people. Okay, so Mr. Hamzat Oluwaseun is here for that. The video is going to come up, and after the video, he's going to come up, right? And you guys know how we do it now. When it comes up, what are we going to do? What's it that? When it comes up, what are we going to do? We are going to look at that. You guys got it. All right. Media, over to you.
Hamza.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Good afternoon, everyone. So before I start, I need to do something quickly. Am I good? Okay, thank you very much. Super excited to be here, and I would need you to start the timer for me so that I won't get carried away. This is a very passionate project you've called me, or passionate topic you've called me to speak on. For the past 3 or 4 years, it's something I've had this strong, and something I've been doing every time. I truly believe that we have so much potential within ourselves, especially in this region, right? But for some reason, there's just a lot of mediocrity around. And it's just been my personal mission to try and do whatever we can to lift people out of that sort of mediocrity, and also to change the ecosystem within this region and make it a lot more suitable for innovations and for startups. So I'm going to be talking on something called Go Global. I don't know if my slide can be up. I do really need my slides. And the reason why I need my slides is that there's a lot of, I don't like just talking and you thinking it's just my own personal opinion. Some of these things are like statistics, facts, and it's just really good. Okay, great. Thank you very much. And so my topic really today, and I want you to pay as much attention as you can. And I also want to apologize ahead of time. Many people, whenever I speak, say I give them the tough love, but that's how I grew up. I grew up in a very, very strict home. So that's how I talk to myself, and sometimes I tend to talk to people. But again, I will mind it and, try and be as soft as possible. But in case it shines through, please just forgive me. I'm just really passionate about this topic, right? So the thing is, I just really want to show us how we can become world class and then lead on global stages. And this is very important for me because, I used to be a young man. I was born in this city. I grew up in this city. I did my undergrad in this state and my postgrad as well in this state. So it's something that I'm just really, really passionate about. And so I'm going to talk to you about a couple of things. First, I'm going to start with my career journey. Again, trust me, this is not some sort of humble brag. It's a career roadmap. And thank God for where we are, but honestly, like Favor said, we're just getting started. Is that okay? So this is just, it's for educational purpose. I'm going to reference some of these things because there are no better stories to tell you than my own personal stories. A couple of you guys already know me, so if you can completely relate, right? If I share some of these things, some of us, we probably attended the same, the same secondary school, the same uni, the same church. So if somebody like me can at least do something a little at this stage, you know that you can probably even do 10 times more. Is that okay? And that's why I use myself as an example sometimes. It's not as if I think I've achieved something of, no, great not. Well, thank God for where we are. We are not where we used to be 5-6 years ago. Okay. So this is a quick map of my career journey. I've had the privilege of working with the biggest artificial intelligence and solution delivery network on the continent in Data Science Nigeria. When I was with them, we're only about a team of 7. I helped put that team to about 40 before I left. And from there, I was also able to work with one of the biggest artificial intelligence non-profits in the world. That's AI Commons. And that was like one of my very, very first multinational projects where I led people from many teams. And I will tell you some numerous stories about myself because, I didn't used to be this confident, right? So it's some of this that you pick up as you try and learn and grow. And then I had the opportunity to work with one of the best leaders I have personally worked with. She helped Google launch one of the most downloaded educational tool or startup out there. And then she decided to start her own edtech as well. And for some reason, she tapped me on my shoulder to also support on that journey. It was life-changing and life-transforming. I got to lead growth and outreach at Kibo, and also got to work with Collab, which is a global boot camp that supports product managers. And also, I've had the privilege in my lifetime as well to work with the German Development Corporation, still working with them. Just came this morning from a boot camp, a 1-week boot camp. Still super tired, but I must be here. Also working with Secondary City Tech, iField Frameworks Consulting, and all that. So let's move on. But don't forget this career journey. We're going to make some pointers to it at some point. But can you all hear me? Okay, great. You can't hear? I'm very sorry. Can you hear me now? Okay, great. So the first question is, why should we be thinking of going global? First of all, I don't think you should be local in the first place. But in case I still need to convince you, let me convince you with some of those points. Number one, you need to understand something. The world rewards the top talent disappropriately. How will I put it? Disproportionately, sorry. And what I simply mean by that is if, and I'll give you, I'll show you a table that personally changed my life. And it's one of the things that drive my kind of crazy work ethic. And what I simply realized is that, skills compound and the rewards are not linear, they're exponential. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Just a little skill can set you apart from someone, but the reward that it will bring to you will not just be an increment. And this, people in tech have seen this many, many times. I remember, in 1 year, doubled my salary. In 2 years, like quadrupled my salary. It was, I remember, I can never forget the experience. I was preparing for a training like this as well with GIZ. I was still struggling. I was what to do. Got this interview with this massive person. Was working at MIT at the time. Got the interview. I was not even sure I was going to get in. I was like, let me just try my, they will tell me that they're not choosing me. And then later told me I got the job. And I had to go back to that training where, we're going to be paying like 100K per month. And I was just sitting there like, my life has just changed. And nobody has an idea. You know what I'm saying? So, skills don't just compound. They compound exponentially. Anyway, let's move on. There's also the constraint of the local economy. And I was going to shed some light. There's also global competition, and there's this current trend of work. And I'm going to talk extensively on this why, so that I can then make some recommendations as to how you can then go global. Is that all right? Okay. Please, at any time, if you're not hearing me, let me know so that I can try and speak louder. So this table is a table that I think, for me, drastically changed the way I see skill development. Now, please follow me. This is 100,000. See, I'm using US, so don't bring it to the local economy. Do you understand? Let's lose the US first. Nigeria sometimes is not good to those. Okay, great. So average earnings, $120,000, is the average earnings of any software developer. But if you enter the top 1% for some reason, and it's not as if you are 20 times better, maybe you're just like 2 or 3 times, maybe you just have 2 times better, and you work at FANG, FANG, Facebook, those guys, or you're a quant developer, you get to earn 1.2 million as average. That's how much? 10 times. Are you following what I'm saying? We are all software engineers. That experience happened to me today. I was speaking to one of my friends and he was telling me how much he earned. I was just looking at everything that he said after, I did not hear anything. I was just looking at him and I'm looking at myself. It's like, what exactly am I doing with my life? And yet I come back to people and say, hey, big man. I was like, sometimes I just feel like slapping some people. It's like, and then consulting, average earnings, $150,000. If you finally make it to a partner, how much do you earn? 1.5 million. And it's not as if a partner is like 1 million times better than these guys. Now, let's take it to the world of sport, because that's where it gets crazy. If you're an NBA player and you play in one of the minor leagues, you earn at an average about $50,000. But if you play in the NBA, and for example, maybe you are LeBron James, you earn 50 million. That's how many times? 1,000x. And this is the insight from there. The gap between good and world class is not linear, it's exponential. And that's why I made a covenant with myself. I will not be average. Whatever I need to do to push myself, I need to do it. And that's why I'm not very normal. Not like the average. I tell people, I live here, but I'm not of here. If you listen to me talk, if you listen to me, you will know. We don't need to spend 2 minutes. You will know. I just live here physically. I do not live here in mind and in spirit. Are you following what I'm saying? In you is someone that can earn 20 times the average. But for some reason, you've allowed Abeokuta's mediocrity to capture you. I remember we were looking for graphics and then we realized that the graphics that we can find here, the only people that can design burial pictures. None of them can really design anything of wood. So we have to start looking for. There's a strong spirit of mediocrity here that you need to break. Okay, let's move on. I'm trying to make a case, just in case you love Abeokuta too much and you don't want to go global. I'm trying to make a case and convince you. So when you leave here, you will be angry as the way do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so in case you are still so motivated and passionate about this local economy, it's good. I'm still passionate about it. But for me, I'm trying to drag them into the global. Are you following what I'm saying? Your country is currently tagged what? The poverty capital of the world. Are you happy about it? Eh? Our country, I used to tell people, I am from Zion. Amen. Our country is currently tagged poverty capital of the world. 71 million people live in extreme poverty. Do you know what extreme poverty is? Have you tasted some bit of poverty? I have tasted some bit of poverty. I will never be poor. And they said 133 million people live in multidimensional poverty. You will not know that you are multidimensionally poor. Do you know what it means to be multidimensional? I used to think that I was well-to-do until I had a terrible accident last year. Almost died. And it was made worse because my siblings were in the car. And almost lost our lives. But somehow we escaped, but the entire car was totaled. And so they had to rush. My siblings, for some reason, they were not. But I was at some bit of a peril. So they rushed me to the hospital. That's when I realized that don't fall sick in Nigeria. You can't hear me. What are we going to do like this? I'll try my best to speak louder. And so they took me to the hospital. At the entrance of the hospital, the nurse was already telling me, we don't do that kind of thing here. And they said, I'm telling you the truth. So you might think that because you have money to buy some few things, don't let Nigeria happen to you. The next thing is global competition. There's a borderless talent pool. People are now prioritizing skills over degree. And people are now benchmarking even whatever they are doing at a local level with a global level. Right? If I want to employ a machine learning engineer, I'm not going to say, machine learning engineer Abeokuta standard. I'm looking for the best I can possibly find. Do you understand? Benchmarking with what? Global standard. I suffered some of this recently. A friend called me, a senior colleague. I don't want to call her a friend. She's not my mate. And she called me and then for an interview. So I jumped many lines and got to the interview. I was so confident that I got this job. I was like, how many people have this experience in the tech that I have? Very few people in it. And it's not that I'm bragging. I know it. Right? And I was almost like, when you start calculating, I'm about to move out of my house, I'm about to do this, I've already calculated, I'm like, my life is about to change again. Hallelujah, we're going to give massive title and offering, stuff. I started calculating the money, Jesus Christ. Wardrobe, I'll just change it. And then, I got what I thought was the final stage. And when I got there, in the room with me were 12 people from about 10. That's when I realized that I might not get this thing. And I decided to switch up my entire attitude. I need to be serious. I didn't get it. It was sad. I'm still reeling from the loss. I wish I'd taken it more serious. But again, it happens. What I'm trying to say is now, talent is what? Is borderless. You are competing with people in Ghana, with US. It doesn't matter if you went to FUNAB or not. You are competing with somebody in MIT. In my startup, I work with guys that finished from Cambridge. Nobody cares if it's FUNAB or not. It's so that you would know how to leverage and overcome that setback. Amen? So we are not in church. See, sometimes you can't remove this cloak. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to understand. I used to tell people, you need to understand what is my advantage and what is my disadvantage. Your disadvantage could be that you didn't go to a very great school. And you need to be honest with yourself about it. So what do I need to do to change that? Are you following what I'm saying? Okay, the next one again. I've given you 3 major points now. I hope that you are noting it down. Why you should be what? World class. Why you should go global. The next one is the current trend of work. And I'm going to give you like 5 major trends of work and try to rush through it so that I can get to how you can then become global. Is that okay? Please, again, if you don't hear me, let me know. I'll try to increase my voice as much as I can. Number 1, there's a massive change ahead. If you don't know it, let me tell you now, things are changing drastically and I'm excited about it. There's not been people are going into depression. This is not a time to be in depression. This is a time to be super excited. Things are changing. Lives are changing. There's wealth transfer. I wake up extremely excited every day. I have too much ideas than I have the bandwidth to execute. Because things are doing what? Are changing. Okay. And there are new opportunities come along with them. So let me quickly run you through how the current state of work looks like. Let me rush through. My friend, you would have to help me. I don't have a clicker, so I'm really counting on you. I'm at the current state of work now, so you should. God bless you. So there's fast changing. It's quickly fast changing. Let me rush through this. I'm going to explain it later. Just give me a moment. It's decentralized. It's non-linear. Somebody say non-linear. Okay. And do I have the time to run this engagement question? Let's do it. And then it's African, and then it is. There's also a rise of females, and I love this a lot because I have two sisters. I tell them, forget what they tell you about Lambo Lamba. How many of you know Lambo Lamba? Have you heard the story? You guys don't know? I know by Lamba. Is that why you're shouting? You guys don't know it. You guys are very religious and spiritual people. You don't know those things. So, can you mention some jobs? Just to make the point. Can you mention some jobs that existed about 10 to 20 years ago that don't exist now? Anybody wants to help me? Let's quickly run to this. Typewriting, thank you very much. Sorry? That repair fridge, interesting. Town crier. You waved like 30 years back. Yes? Huh? Just talk. 4, God bless you. 1. Even when I was in primary school, I used to remember that my dad would take us to a place to rent cassettes. We now put cassettes. That's when we should know that we are already preparing for failure. Cassette inside Ghana Bus Go. That's what we're going to watch throughout. Nobody told us that we were supposed to be reading, doing, but we were watching cassette. And then we watch Yao Shugbo. Weird stuff. Anyway, so these are jobs that existed 15 years ago. Beta reader, recharge card sellers, video clerks. Now, what are jobs that exist? I'm trying to make a point so that you understand that when we start telling that AI is doing this and so it's a lie, it will never come. It's Nigeria that we are, UK. Some of these things, these are jobs that existed 10 years ago that no longer exist. So what are jobs that exist now that did not, why did you release the answer? Okay, that exists years ago. Now we have YouTube creators and they are even making more money. I have somebody I saw, am I not in the wrong profession like this? Why am I sitting there trying to do data and automate stuff when I can just be jumping up and down, dancing and be making money? So these are interesting, and I'm not saying that's only what they do. I'm not insulting any people. People are making money in content, and I have more data to show you that there's a global demand for African content. So if you're in the content space now, you are, if you are not already tapping into it, you're about to tap into it. It's going to be awesome. What are some jobs that would exist again? That's just let's go to. So this is just me trying to make a point again as well that jobs are fast changing. Anytime anybody's telling you about AI transforming job, don't join people and laugh. Take it serious. Okay, don't try and defend your profession. And when remember one of my very first consulting engagement with I remember the name of the company was Prema Lotu Babajebu. I had to consult for them. Very interesting experience. And I was telling this man, I showed them the World Economic Forum list of fast declining jobs and then fast rising jobs. And then accounting was part of the fast declining job. And then this man was just vexing. Like, why would you mention accounting? What do you mean by that? Like, sorry, I did not. Did you see my name? It's World Economic Forum. They said, not me. And I'm like, let's think about it. Does it make sense or it does not make sense? Anyway, let's move on. By 2030, 50% of all jobs, even those that are not tech-related, they would all require some sort of technology proficiency. And you need to know this. Please believe me. I remember we released the first AI book for primary and secondary schools that I was at DSN. So I was doing a tour of secondary schools in Lagos. And I went to a secondary school, and I was talking, with all passion in my mind, in my spirit. And then one was just eyeing me, giving me eyeball. I was like, at the end, I was like, Ma, do you have any questions? He said, yes, my child is going to be a doctor. He doesn't need all these things. I said, maybe your child will become an herbalist. I don't know. Because if you're going to become a real medical doctor, you will need to know how to use tech. Are you following what I'm saying? Okay. So tech is transforming work, it's transforming all professions. Medicine is getting transformed. Engineering is transformed. I put some use cases there, if you can find it. Things are getting transformed, and it's very beautiful to see. And again, the third thing is that work is getting decentralized. So I don't need to be in Abeokuta to work in Abeokuta. Are you following what I'm saying? It's already 10 minutes to go. Jesus. Okay, let's try and rush. And this was my Kibo team. I don't know if you can just show them a picture of my Kibo team. While I was working at Kibo, I had team members all over, from Doha, Qatar, from New York, from Dubai, Toronto, even Abeokuta here, Lagos, Ibadan, Accra, just a whole lot. But I did not need to move out of this place to be able to work with them and get things done, right? So work is going to get decentralized. You're going to have multiple bosses, right? And I put a picture of Some of you that you are imagining your future, you are imagining yourself in a big office where it might not necessarily be like that. Maybe that office might be in your house and not necessarily in a place of work. Because we're seeing a massive, something happened last year, nobody noticed it, and I don't know why nobody is noticing it. In the midst of people shouting there is no job, did you notice something happened last year? And the first time it happened, there was an 800% increase in the demand for remote talent from Africa. 800% increase. I saw that. I give my instruction to people, a group of young people that I do mentor, and I give them an instruction. I said, as from now on, don't apply to local jobs anymore. If they add on to you, fine, go there. But as from now on, mandatory. And you'll be surprised. Some of them are. I'm not the one advising them. This is not how work. This is not how money comes. When I got it from masters, I was earning 30K with prayers and support. Thank you, God bless you. That's 30K plus. Thank you, God bless you. Now that you are earning a million, that's not how money comes. Now you need to understand how to. Anyway, even right now we are shouting Africa. No, Africa is different. 42% already of Africans already work some sort of remote already. So don't think it's some far away future. It is here. Some of you have bought suits and all these things. I'm not saying you should not buy suits, but some of us are wearing short knicker and making as much money as you are, or probably even more. 73% are willing to work remotely, and the gig economy in Africa is blowing up. Many people that you are calling Yahoo boys are not Yahoo boys. Hope you know. Okay. Somebody saw me. I was like, this guy must. See, when you were sleeping, I was working. Please, let us be guided before I curse you. Because I cannot be working this hard and somebody's accusing me of nonsense. Please. The next one again is the future of global talent is what? Is African. For some reason, I don't understand this, but it's an advantage to us. Maybe a slight disadvantage, but it's more of an advantage to us than it is a disadvantage. If you look at this, next slide, please. If you look at this population, every single continent has stopped giving birth or stopped increasing in population, except Africa. In Europe, there's gay, there is all this. One Okada man with one bedroom has 7 children. We are just growing. And so it's an advantage to us in a way, because 1/3 of every young person in the world, maybe by 2030, would be African. And so when they need people to work, they don't have a choice but to come to Africa. It's a good thing. Are you hear what I'm saying? That's what caused the 800% spike. Is that these people don't even want to work. They don't even want to give back to children that can even train. So who would they train? And we are here. We do work cheap. Oh my God. One guy is earning $800, is the chief of his village here in Abeokuta. All the guests will not on the street will suffer just because they're earning $800. Have you not seen them? With their Toyota. I'm like, I'm sorry. And just anyway. And then the next one is the roles now are becoming what? Non-linear. And again, this is why I said some of my stuff will become handy. I started as a web developer. I transitioned into programs manager. That's why it's difficult for me to introduce myself sometimes. I just wear many hats. Became a programs manager. From there, I became a data scientist and business manager. And now I'm trying to do AI and product management. Nobody is going to give you, no rigid, after you do this for 2 years, this is what you become. That thing has ended and has ended forever. Don't cage yourself in any place. Feel free. Are you hear what I'm saying? Last week, now again, I've been calling myself consultant, but I never really, it's self-acclaimed consultant. Consultant with a few companies, I'm calling myself. But last week, I was selected by the German government to now be trained as a proper consultant for SMEs. Right? But I've been calling myself, but yet, if you still ask me what I do, I will still mention that I still do AI. Do you know what I'm saying? I am not limiting myself, and you should not as well. Is that okay? So, I don't know if you guys will give me more. Anyway, let's try and rush. And then we have rights of females. And I'm happy to see this. It excites me. Women in tech is a real thing. Do you understand? Men are not complaining. What about men in tech? Nobody, you had your chance. You did not use it well. It's now time for women. That's what I just know. And there's a rise of women in tech. If you're a guy and you and a lady start learning together right now, there's a high chance that this lady will get a job faster than you will get.
It's a client call to ladies. Like you have this is the best chance for you to go in for it and just learn something that will transfer. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Forget this Lambert thing. Let them go. This is what you should be listening to. In UK, there is a massive wealth transfer to ladies. 60% of UK's wealth will be in the hand of women by the end of this year. Now I'm thinking maybe I should just relocate there and go and find somebody to marry. Because all these women are pressing code. I don't understand. 60% of what? Of UK's wealth will be in the hand of women. In the US, by 2030, women will control $30 trillion. So yeah, I'm the man of the house. See, I do not mind. Please supervise it. Number one, current state of work is what? Fast changing, right? Jobs are being invented and reinvented. It's becoming decentralized. It's becoming non-linear. It's becoming African, and because there's a global demand for African talent, African content, and also we see I've seen a massive rise of females. Okay. If I ask you again, why do you go global? Number one is what? Who can remind me? Let's quickly do a recap. Number one. Who is? Thank you. So it's not my fault, it's the mic, Abby. Thank you. See, it's not my fault. So, disproportionate, I don't know why I'm struggling with this word. Rewards for top 1%, constraint on the local economy. Some people like Nigeria too much, global competition, and current trend. Now, let's go to work class. I don't know whoever is your goat, but some people argue. But I think that what work class simply means is that, for me personally, is that you should be probably in the top 1 to 10. Please, are you following what I'm saying? Let's leave argument of goods. We came here to become work class, not to argue with work class. Please. Top 1 to 10% skill set. Impact as well is that you're not just known in Abeokuta. Amen. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. Amen. Anyway, you're recognized beyond these local borders. You're also contributing to global conversations and solutions. You can thrive in different, and this is very fun. I had to learn to do this. I'd gone up to call my bosses, excuse me, prostrate. If you don't prostrate very well, your salary might be in danger. So when I started working with companies in the US, one of the first things that I found out was an advance was that they said, stop calling me Ma. That thing is hard for me. Like, how would I stop calling you Ma? And then until they threatened me with financial returns, I was like, okay, I will now learn this thing. So I imagine calling my boss and calling her by name. This way. But again, you need to learn to adapt. Some people don't know how to talk with guys that work in Asia. You need to learn their culture and be able to adapt. That's why I'm telling you, don't just be having friends called Mukaila. Find friends that Jason. Do you know what I'm saying? Innovation. Moving on. So these are the quick things. I don't know if you give me some extra time. I want to run through what I believe, at least some of the things that I am practically practicing myself. So if you give me some time, I'll try. Okay? Number one, I think mindset matters, and I'll show you some of the mindset that you can have that would help you. And I think you cannot do anything about being world class if you don't attain a certain level of mastery. Also need to build a global network, leverage digital platforms intentionally, and then think of scale. Always of scale. What's the biggest lever I can push now that will give me scale? And then understand what the trends are and prepare yourself for that. So let's quickly walk through the mindset. I don't really have time. It's already 30 seconds, but please pardon me. I might take some extra seconds. I won't do that again. Sorry. So continuous learning. Number one. Number two, builder's mentality. I'll try and shed some light on it. Number three, global perspective. What do I mean by continuous learning? I've met, and it's shocking to me in this life, I've met 28-year-old guys, and I'm telling them, oh, you should learn coding. I was like, yeah, I can't learn it again. My head cannot carry it. I was like, at the age of 28, are you all right? Is something wrong with you? I want you to tell yourself, I can learn anything. I can do anything. So I put a picture of an 82-year-old woman. I don't know if you guys have fast-forwarded through it. You are trying to really rush me away from the stage. It is. And that woman, 82-year-old woman, will learn to code for the first time and then build an app. If you can do it, I don't know what you are using your brain to do, honestly. And I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just trying to challenge you. See, I have 2 kids. I cannot learn. I can learn anything. If you tell me money will come out, if I finish it in 4 months, 10x. I will learn it. I will understand it. Say it again. Say I can learn anything. Many people say, my head cannot carry it. What do you mean your head cannot carry it? You see poverty that your head is meant for? No, you have to understand. Number 2, builder's mindset. I truly believe that the way that taught us or mentored us in school didn't give us a lot of builder's mindset. We were only preparing to write exams. In this global world of work, nobody cares about your certificate. It's all about what can you do. So you need to have a builder's mentality. If you're taking a course, figure out what can I do with it and how can I build in the open so that people would see that I can do this thing. Is that clear? I have a builder's, and I used an example of budget, but I don't have time to elaborate on that. And what said budget? Because what the budget is basically doing is a simple data, and anybody who can build simple data dashboards can do what they're doing. But they were able to think bigger and say, what can we use this data analysis skill to actually solve? And now budget became the big thing that we now celebrate. But honestly, at the behind the scenes is understanding of policies and then understanding data analysis. That's it. Moving on. Think beyond borders. Every time you're only focused on Abeokuta, all the gossip in Abeokuta, you know it. You will not follow global news, work with diverse teams, learn a language. Are you know what I'm saying? Say learn a language. It's not only Egba that you should be speaking. You understand? Adapt to different businesses. So let's quickly rush through this. And I'm sorry that I'm rushing, but I can give you my slides afterwards in case I cannot, or in case they send me away before I finish. So continuous learning, builder's mentality, and global perspective. So let's talk about mastery quickly. And I'm just going to talk about some of the things I think you should do on the mastery. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Number 1, I think you should deliberately practice. Do focused, intentional skill. I tell my people, at least 1 hour, spend it taking a course. Just 1 hour every day. You'll be surprised at how fast it will compound. Just 1 hour every. It's not hard. You spend 3 hours on Instagram. You too, you spend 3 hours. I'm not saying stop watching Instagram. Just spend that 1 hour on learning the course. Benchmark against the best. I always tell people, I'm not super smart. But one of the things I know how to do well is to find out who is the best in my field. Whatever I do, I go and compare to what they've done. That's how you become world class. It's not rocket math. Find who is the best, compare yourself to them. Benchmark your work. Certifications and credentials. I wasn't too big on that before. I'm now becoming very big on that now. Take certifications, take credentials. And then create a portfolio. Create a very solid portfolio of your work. One day I'll be able to share more stuff on that. So let's move on to building a global network. Events like this are one of the ways you build a global network. But also for me, I think one thing that people don't do well is now you have LinkedIn, now you can connect with a Jason from US. Write to these guys and ask. Don't say, I want you to mentor me. Ask specific questions. You'll be surprised how many of them actually respond to DMs. You will be shocked. Okay. No time to tell you more stories to solidify that. I need to finish now. Collaboration. For me, this is one of the best ways to do this. Work on open source projects. Are you following what I'm saying? It will change your life. Just say 5 hours to 10 hours every week, I will work with the team solving an open source. You'll be surprised how I have my younger brother. I don't know if he's giving me permission to share this story. My younger brother joined an open source project. He was just doing that of passion to learn. Because they had some serious guys building on that team. And, he was just learning. He was sharing it. He just needed it for some sort of learning and then to also boost his reputation. And they told him, our open source project got a funding. Now we're going to start paying you. And if I tell you how much this young man is earning, and he does not even have a BSc yet. This is where. So, please, learn to collaborate. Join global communities. I tell you, there are some communities that I intentionally pay just to be there. But even to download, even to buy course is hard. You are always there are some things that you should pay just to be there. Okay, I don't have time. I wish I had more time. Leverage digital platforms. Personal branding. Favor spoke about that. I don't need to repeat that a lot. Personal branding is key, is very important. Showcase your work is one thing that you need to learn to do. Write about it. You came here, talk about what you're learning, talk about what you're doing, and then seek out remote opportunities. Please, I want to ask from today, start seeking out remote opportunities, especially if you don't have a problem that you're trying to solve. Start seeking out remote opportunities. Be surprised how big of a superstar you are. Okay. Think and operate at scale. This is one thing that I think everybody should learn. Again, it's my recommendation. I just think so. I think everybody should learn AI and automation. Figure it out. Figure it out and figure out to include it in your workflow. Whether you're an AI guy or not, learn it. There are many things that I do today and many things that people just think I'm the one doing. It's automated. It's not, my hand is not, I just said it once. I just come and check it once in a while just to make sure that it's accurate. I am not the one doing it. Solve global problems. No time. Monetize your experience. Let's move ahead. State of trends. Listen to podcasts, newsletters, attend conferences, learn future skills. I've already mentioned some of them. I think that you should go and start learning. Take action and utilize all the available resources that you have right now. And let me just do a recap. Mindset, mastery, global network, digital platform, and follow trends. Action plans. I put some things for, because I don't just want to talk and then there's nothing that you write it down. As from now on, I will check myself. Where am I? I'm going to assess myself and benchmark myself against the best. How far am I now from being world class? Some of you are at ground zero. It's fine. Don't be sad, right? Don't despise the days of little beginning. Some of you are there. You're almost there. Almost. Do a serious analysis. Be real to yourself. And then identify 1, 2, or 2 areas where you need to build up. And then take a proper, in fact, take a certification. I want to say something that might be a bit offensive. Take a certification that Nigerians, that you have multiple nationalities taking the same course. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Not just Nigerians taking the course. Is that okay? Okay. And then find 1 or 2 or 3 people. Start from here. Network with somebody. Get their contact. And then execute. Just start doing. Like she said, some of us spend too much time planning. Just do. Get some of things. Sometimes just get things done. And I'm going to wrap up with this sentiment. I truly believe this. The best investment you never make is in yourself. So, therefore, invest heavily in yourself. You too can be world class. We all can be world class. And we can change the narrative of this city. And that's what I'm really passionate about. That there will be massive opportunities for us that out of this city we'll be doing great and mighty things. So thank you very much for your time. And if you can connect with me, show the social handles. If you want to connect with me on any of those platforms, I'll be happy to engage. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oluwaseun Hamzat. That was amazing. I know that for the tech guys in the room, definitely enjoyed that session rigorously. Also very educative. I'm just going to take a few announcements, but very quickly, can I have the 15 pitchers? The 15 of you that have ideas to pitch, come on stage right now and just line up behind me. You know yourself, so if you did not come out before, don't now come out now. All right, so we're going to have Mr. Hamzat Oluwaseun be one of the judges for this session. We're going to have we're going to have Joseph Waribugo. Pardon me if I did not. I pronounce it well. Sorry, I feel excited. Because I like to rehearse names first, so I don't murder somebody's name. I know how I feel when my name is not really pronounced correctly. And we're also going to have Sunny Omolara judge for us. So, you guys decide majorly the prerequisites. However, the assignment was the 15 of them were supposed to go back into the crowd and on the spot come up with a 1 minute, 2 minute pitch. Why are you doing But all of you were fighting for sports, for scholarship now. So they're going to pitch a business idea focusing on a tech problem or business problem in Abeokuta and then prefer a solution to that problem. Your job is to pick the best 7, and the best 7 are going to be awarded scholarships. Okay, now I'll move on to 2 other major announcements whilst they begin. Can I get the other microphone, please? Okay, so just give that lady the mic. I would give the other person the mic from here, so it will be going very quickly. So we're gonna have from that side, from this side simultaneously. All right, so I'm gonna take this again because now all the speakers have spoken about it. Optimization of your LinkedIn profile, your Instagram profile is very important. And one of the things that can help you optimize your profile is a professional headshot. Now, we have a professional studio outside who renders this service for 50,000 naira normally. Now, I know how much I got my own professional headshots and pictures when I got them in Lagos. So that's even like, if Lagosians catch that 50K, the hand of that photographer and his eye, it will pain him. I promise him. He will need eye drop after a while to see clearly. However, they're offering the best dressed male and best dressed female. You people are doing best dressed male in this place. Okay. Best dressed male and best dressed female are going to be getting free headshots, while the first 3 people to go there get it at a ridiculous rate of 3,000 naira, and every other person who goes there gets it at 5,000 naira. Can you say thank you, Coach Maverick? I promise you guys, I know that to you now, that's not a lot. You don't see the value until maybe, imagine that you did not see Mr. Hamzat here, and he enters your DM, and he says, oh, I need you to work on something for me. And what attracted him first was your picture. That's when you will understand how credible and important having a professional headshot is. Now, we want to recognize some people. They are I call them the V of the VVIPs. They are in the room. They are very important. And without them, Tyre will not be here today, right? There will be no Coach Maverick, in fact, if they did not come together. So with a round of applause, and please with a standing ovation, help me honor Pastor and Pastor Mrs. Olajide, the parents of Coach Maverick. Come on, guys. I need you to help me say thank you with your clapping. Thank you so much, Daddy and Mommy. Thank you for the gift of Coach Maverick. Thank you for releasing her to us. Thank you for training her. If you did not, we will not be here today. I will not have work. Nobody will employ me. All right, you guys can sit down. Also, as you're sitting down, with another round of applause, I want you to please give a welcome to Olufumike. The clap has not finished now. Yeah, Olufumike was saying Olu. I like that. Thank you so much, because there's a difference in the two names. Oluwafumike. Your mommy gave you bragging rights, so the Lord gave me to pamper. Should that's the meaning. Did I get it? Sorry, I wanted to ask. That people say is local. You people say the king should live long. You're not easy to name a place. Wow, you guys are amazing in Abeokuta. It's not Kobakbe again. Oh, that's Kobakbe. Kobakbe. Yoruba is a stressful language. Yes, I said what I said. Arrest me. They will drag me. You are the one that will drag, is you. It's you that wants to drag me. Mommy God is laughing. She's not dragging me. How much more you? All right. We have one more person. Please, can you give a round of applause to Pastor Bolaji Babalola? Come on, guys. Pastor Bolaji Babalola. Thank you so much, sir. If you follow Coach Maverick, you will know that she's a sound believer. You know those people that carry Jesus with swag and steers. And we can tell that I'm aware that is not. I'm just saying that you're a Jesus girl. I know. Be Mrs. Corrector. This is not LinkedIn. No? Let me tell you now. I'm holding the mic. It's LinkedIn now. You can shakara me. All right, so we're going to go straight into the pitches. However, if you're in the audience and you want to get your headshots, this is the moment you can do that, because we're moving into other sectors very, very quickly. Okay, let's have you hold on, I need my timer so that you will not cheat me. Give me a second. Okay, let's just go ahead. I'll get my timer out before we begin. 1, 2, ready? You can go. Your name and your problem and the solution. Quickly.
My name is Ruth Adesoya. From my end, the problem is based on problem under education sector. Presently, in the world we have right now, we have gotten to discover that we have little but less of people that would love to go into being a teacher or want to educate young folks. And one of the strategies in which we can use to help these young folks, and it can be preferable to everyone, is that creating a platform for for students. Okay, for instance, before we all might have gained admission in one way or the other, we have once cheat before now. So gaining admission, or maybe some of us that would love to cheat, but maybe we have other things that we'll do. One of the problems that I'll be creating is creating a platform whereby those who would love to educate young folk is having a specific time, maybe within 1 hour, whereby you can also come in to teach these young folks and also be paid for your skill and also have another time to go do what you want to do. Let me say, for instance, a student that wants to work and school, you can come in as an educator and be paid maybe within an hour, and also go for your, just like there'll be a timetable for your skills or for your course. So you can just come in and work as a teacher, and there'll be a platform created for the time.
All right, thank you. Over to the next person. A round of applause, please. It's not easy to talk, This thing I'm doing, you will not see me shaking, but I promise you it's not easy. All right, go.
Good morning. My name is Alademomi Princess. I'm a graduate of Covenant University. And the problem, she said we should mention a problem in tech. But I would like to say maybe electricity is still also a part of technology as well. In Abeokuta, I noticed as a corp member serving in Bank of Industry, there is a lot of electricity issues in different areas, aside from places like maybe Okelewo, but in most areas in Abeokuta, there is a serious electricity problem, and the solution I am bringing is solar-powered power banks. So even like a lot of market people, they cannot, they can't charge their POS, and it's very, very important for their business. So what I'm pitching is solar-powered power banks where you just put it under the sunlight. And I also noticed that there is intensity in the temperature in Abeokuta. In Abeokuta, when it's sunny, it's really, really sunny. And then when it's also raining, it's really rainy. So because of that intensity in sunlight, as well as, unstable electricity, I think power banks that are powered by the sun, the same thing that is giving us stress, that is giving us heat, should also be what is providing the solution to the heat. So you can charge your fans, your phones, your POS, anything. So yes, my name is Alademon Princess once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Over to...
Good day, everyone. My name is Sofiat Oluwatumishe. I'm still an undergraduate, and I'm currently venturing into tech. So the major problem I notice in the tech area in this Abeokuta is the lack of having the knowledge of how to go about it. There are a lot of tech hubs around us. We have a lot of tech hubs, but most of the times, people don't know about these tech hubs. People don't have access to it. So the solution I'll be providing to this is availability of public enlightenment on how to do it. There's no how. People love to do things they understand. People love to do things they have knowledge about. And a lot of people have this knowledge that tech is all about programming. That is a lie. Well, there are some aspect of tech that is about programming, but we have other aspects about tech that project management, UI, UX designer, talk of more. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. I love it. You guys are doing so well. You're making me proud, all of you. I owe you half tom-tom. You are doing well. You are doing, do you know how much tom-tom is now? There's no 5 naira sweet again, no. Next person, go ahead.
My name is Sydney Adele, and I would like to talk about the problem of tech. I'll be talking from the perspective of we young people. So I see that when most of the people like they brought here to come and talk, they're like Abeokuta. They like those tech investors. I'm not saying everybody, but most tech investors like to look down on Abeokuta people, like generally. If they are coming to like say, okay, they want to invest in something like, they'll be looking at Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja. And I really want all of us to clap for Coach Maverick that brought about this LinkedIn local, because if not for that, I will not be here like to get anything about this tech, this opportunities, this scholarship that is about, because most of them, and she said it is the first in Abeokuta. So I want to really thank her for looking into Abeokuta. So I would like those tech investors to please like bring stuff to Abeokuta, because we teenagers here, we are also hungry to see opportunities, because talent is everywhere, but opportunity isn't. Thank you.
Okay. Talent is everywhere, but opportunities aren't. All right, taking that home. All right, off you go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Standing before you is Abeokuta Fetiga, a final year pharmacy student of Olabisi Onabanjo University. And the solution I have brought to you, it is not totally tech inclined.
Yeah, go ahead.
But then it is narrowed down to my interest for pharmacy and merging it with tech. So I am passionate about public health and innovation, and today I present to you a problem that is silently killing millions of people in the world. That is pharmaceutical waste. My problem, something that I've observed, is that over time we have people who use drugs and they do not complete it, and they end up disposing it in the wrong way, most ways. And research has this backed up by many publications online that average Nigerians do not even know how to dispose their medications properly. And the solution I bring to this is increasing awareness of laymen and women about how to properly dispose their medications. And this is not going to be easy, because my target is not only within the immediate community. My target is a whole lot of people that want to benefit from this. And how do I hope to achieve this? How I hope to achieve this is by partnering with community pharmacies in the local environment, by telling them to encourage people to come and drop their unused, unfinished, expired medications with them, while we pack them and dispose them safely. We are not only disposing, we are going to be interested in recycling the medications.
All right.
Because research has also shown.
Over to the next person. You did a good job. Don't berate yourself. Don't put your head down. Always hold your high up. All right, let's go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Musa Fasasi is my name. I'm a real estate consultant, a personal finance coach. So I want to ask you a question first. Do you remember the last time you said you were not going to spend more than so amount? But at the end of the month, you discover that you actually spent times 2 or times 3. Some people will even borrow. That's why Pampe is running after everyone, and we can all relate with that actually. So is there any way we can actually target the population and educate on finances, number one? While we educate, we also want to bring in a platform whereby you can track your expenses. Not just track, you track ahead of time. So when you track your expenses, you also have an opportunity to invest. Like, we have the education about investment now, right? Then you want to know, where should I invest in? And what should I actually do? And what are the ways I can make money multiply? So when we have actually an absolute education about finances, we end up discovering that even in this Abeokuta alone, people are making money. People are in tech, right? Okay, I know people are doing fraud, right? But we are not going to that aspect. But people are actually making money in tech. We have more of people in content creation. Now, how can you also enjoy and benefit from this opportunity? Is by having a AI-driven financial platform that not only educates, but also allows you to track ahead of expenses. So, and also, there will be a form in which you can be educated without leaving your home. Once per week, at least just 1 hour, you commit it to learning education.
Thank you. Next
Thank
person,
you
please.
much.
Quickly. Let's get the ball rolling, guys. Go.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Abeokuta. I'm actually a freelancer. So now, few of the factors affecting... Okay, sorry. Emmanuel Abeokuta is my name. All right, so now, few of the factors affecting people not to go into tech. Now, the first one is low exposure. This is just like, you see many people wearing sweater in the sun. That is very wrong. Most people think that, most people cannot even think beyond WhatsApp and Instagram.